All right, ladies and gentlemen, apologies for the technical issue, but I know you are very sad about it. However, the news is that we are back online. We are back online. So, I just told you to solve that question. I gave you question number 50. You all have completed that. Some smart people actually also went ahead and did question 51. No, but you all just read the name of the assessee and started laughing. And 52, no point, because that's the last concept that we have to do. Ladies and gentlemen, if I now do point 0.5, you have to first tell me this is point 0.5 of what? Conclusions. Points to be noted. Last concept in the chapter income from house property, the concept of pre-construction interest. Pre-construction interest. Understand the problem with the help of an example. First, you understand the example, understand the problem. Once you know the problem, we will know the solution. Supposingly, I have taken a loan of rupees 10 lakh at 10% per annum. So, what is the principal of the loan that I have taken? Rate of interest 10% per annum. So, that means the annual interest that will accrue, arise, become due on this loan will be 1 lakh rupees. Everyone is with me? This loan was taken on 1st April 21. Loan was taken on 1st April 21. I am asking you a ridiculous question. This is insulting. This is humiliating. Bank will start charging interest from which date? 1st April 21. Whether the property is ready, not ready, that does not matter. Bank has disbursed the loan. Bank will start levying interest. Yes or no? The property ka construction got completed on 1st April 25. See, once I take the loan, then I invest in construction. It will take some time. No. So 4 years is reasonable. By the way, somewhere we have studied that we have to complete construction in 5 years. Otherwise, it's a crime, right? But rubbish. 5 years for LOP is irrelevant. And in SOP, also, 5 years ka effect is only your maximum limit will be reduced from 2 lakh to 30,000. Otherwise, 5 years, if you don't complete, it's not a crime. In any case, in our example, the construction got completed in 4 years. Now will come the problem. You can never understand any solution unless you first know what the problem is. So let us now first analyze the problem that we have. I am asking you about previous year 21-22. Will there be some interest that is due during this previous year? How much interest will be due? 1 lakh. Will I get deduction in this year? This is the question. Will I get deduction? Because interest, we have been taught that deduction is allowed on due basis, paid or unpaid. Will we get deduction? Think about it and answer the question. No. Why? Because there is no building. What's your name? Samiksha. What does that mean? You don't know your own name coming? It is analysis, if I am not wrong. Meaning of your name is analysis. As per my analysis, of 14 years, this is the fastest someone has answered this. The building is not ready. First word of the chapter is what? Yeah. Or maybe because Samiksha is too irritated that because of a technical issue we have lost half an hour, so let's not waste more time. Then fatafat give the answer. So generally you all know all the answers, but you are purposely want to kill time of the class. But today we've already lost time. So she said, chalo, let's answer very fast. Absolutely correct. There is no building. See, if there is no building, there cannot be GAV. There cannot be municipal tax, NAV. There cannot be standard deduction. There is no computation. That box. Which box? Bro, not gold, not classic. That box of computation of house property cannot take place because of the first condition. There is no building. If there is no building, that means I will not get any deduction. Building came into existence in 25-26. So prior to that, I am not getting any deduction. Fantastic. 20 to 23. Now things will become easy for you. Will there still be interest due? See, till the time I don't repay the loan, the interest will keep on accruing. So will there still be some interest which is due? Yes. Will I get deduction? No. Because there is no building. Because there is no building. Do you understand? 23-24. Will there be interest? Again, yes. Will I get deduction? No, because there is no building. 24-25. Again, there will be interest. See, one thing is very, very clear. Unless and until I repay the loan, the interest will keep on arising. It is possible that my building is still under construction. Somewhere on this date here. 2 years ka interest is already accrued. That means 2 lakh interest I have already paid, not got deduction. And interest will continue. But suddenly I get a call from my father-in-law. Oh, sorry. My extremely rich father-in-law. He says, have you taken a home loan? I was like, yes. Is this why you are so much stressed in life? Is this why you are worried? Is this why you are working for double, triple shift? Yes, this is for this. I have to say yes, because this is for safeguarding the future of your daughter. So yes, I am in stress because I have these loans to repay. What do I do? He is like, don't worry, give me your bank details. Fantastic, take my bank details. He transfers money to me, and on this date I repay the bank loan entirely. The building is still under construction, but this interest will stop because I have repaid. See, if you repay a loan, your interest will stop. No? But if I don't repay, my interest is continuously accruing. So let us assume that till now, my extremely rich father-in-law has not called me. So is the interest accruing? But am I getting deduction? No, because there is no building. Now let's talk about financial year 25-26. Interest due of this year is still 1 lakh. Now is the building ready? Now will I get deduction? Yes. Yes. Because there is building. So I will write GAV, municipal tax, NAV. I'll make the full computation. Will I get deduction? Yes, I will. Correct hai? Of how much? Assume LOP. Good question. Assume LOP. And in SOP also, assume conditions are fulfilled. Because see, 4 years mein construction is completed. And it is loan for construction. And it is taken on or after 1/4/99. So in any case, so limit will be 2 lakh. What will be the deduction that we will get? 1 lakh or 5 lakh? Because we still have not taken deduction of the past 4 years. Do you agree? Current year ka 1 lakh we will get. No doubt about it. What about the other 4? Will we get the deduction now? Because one thing I would like to remind you, we have not taken deduction of this 4 lakh till now. In the year in which it became due, we did not get deduction because there was no building. Will we get the deduction now? No, sir. We will get deduction, yes, of current year because interest ka deduction is on due basis. And now it becomes very easy. All future years till the year of, you want to guess? Repayment. This will remain same, this will remain same. So the line that I will draw is here. And my discussion is about this interest. Read the heading. The interest that became due and I have paid also before the building got ready. This interest ka deduction I did not get in the period when it was due because there was no building, and I am not getting deduction now because it is not due. That means effectively this interest is going without any deduction. That's a loss to the taxpayer. Our government has now decided to give you deduction of this interest. We will give you deduction of pre-construction interest in 5 installments. See, in our example, it is only 4 years. Construction could have taken 10 years. Then interest would have been 10 lakh. And listen, only in SOP higher limit the period is relevant. Otherwise, nowhere else period of 5 years is relevant. Construction can take any number of years. So, such a big amount of interest, we can't subtract in 1 year ka income. So, we will spread over that amount in 5 equal installments. For example, in our calculation, what is the total pre-construction interest? 4 lakh. We will get deduction. We will get deduction. Till now, we have not got deduction here as well as here. But now we will give you deduction. But divide that total amount in 5 equal installments. In 5 installments, you will get, or let me also specify 5 equal installments, you will get the deduction. Starting from, you want to guess? It can't be from when I took the loan. The first year of the property, starting from year of completion of construction. For example, in our story, which is the year of completion of construction. So what we are going to do is 25, 26. 5 years. Which are these 5 years? 26, 27, 27, 28, 28, 29, 29, 30. First of all, in these 5 years, is our property ready? Will we be making computation of income from house property? Correct? Eh? Will we write GAV, municipal tax, NAV, standard deduction, and after that, there is going to be an interest deduction? Do we also realize that there is some current year due also? Is there some current year due interest also? Because the loan is not yet repaid. So there will be current year due. In fact, current year due will also continue in future years till the loan is repaid. But along with the current year due, we will also give deduction of pre-construction interest, 5 equal installments starting from the year of completion of construction, and this will be your total interest deduction. This, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be your total interest deduction. Obviously, this will become nil. From the 6th year, it will be only current year interest, that also if it is due. So, first 5 years after construction is completed, there will be 2 parts of your interest deduction. Current year, pre-construction. Current year, pre-construction. Current year will continue till when? Till you repay. And pre-construction will be only for a period of 5 years. In this, there is one last twist that can take place. Is, supposingly on this date, my extremely rich father-in-law gives me a call and I repay the loan with his money. Will the interest stop? Yes. That means this will become nil now. In fact, all your current year will become nil because it is already repaid. There is no current year due, but I still have pre-construction interest. How much? Only of 2 years. 2 lakh, because at the end of 2 years loan was repaid. Now this 2 lakh will be divided by 5. Deduction will start from this year only because property was ready in this year. So I'll be doing 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. And from 6th year, there is no current year due because loan is repaid. There is no pre-construction period interest because 5 years are over. So your loan can stop the moment you, or interest can stop the moment you repay the loan. But pre-construction, whatever is not deducted, first 5 years of your property, you will be having 2 parts of your interest deduction. What are the 2 parts of your interest deduction? Current year due if the loan is unpaid, and 1/5 of your pre-construction interest. From the 6th year, there won't be pre-construction, there will be only current year. This will be your total deduction in the first 5 years. So it will be GAV, municipal taxes, NAV. Then standard deduction and interest, a total of 2 parts. Current year plus 1/5 of your pre-construction interest. Is this clear? Now, is this the total deduction? If your property is LOP or DLOP, so are we aware there is no limit? If your property is SOP, so do we know there is a maximum limit? Maximum 30,000. In certain cases, it can be maximum 2 lakh. The three conditions for getting maximum limit, higher maximum limit of 2 lakh are purchase or construction on or after 1/4/1999 and completed within 5 years. Though we get the higher limit, will apply on total. Means you won't get current year 2 lakh and pre-construction 2 lakh separate. Supposingly current year we have 1 lakh ka interest. Everyone is with me? Pre-construction we did 1/5. So we got 80,000. So the total is 180. On this total 180 we will apply 30,000 or 2 lakh. Supposingly it is only 30,000. Maybe because one of the conditions not fulfilled. So 180 will be restricted to 30. You won't get 1 lakh restricted to 30 and 80 restricted to 30 separately. Total will have the limit of SOP. So again LOP this point is irrelevant. Because LOP there is no limit. Limit exists only under SOP and that limit will apply on total. That limit will apply on total. What is the total interest in the first 5 years? Current year plus 1/5. Current year plus 1/5. On that total we will apply SOP ka limit. And one more note I wish to give you. Is it possible that you have two SOPs? Limit is on total of both. Limit is on total of both. This is where Piyush Goyal sir played his game with you. What did he openly announce in the budget? Ek ka double, Anuradha. I am giving you two SOPs. But that second SOP won't increase your interest deduction. Supposingly first SOP you already have 2 lakh ka deduction. Second SOP you have 2 lakh ka deduction. But total 4 lakh will be restricted to 2 lakh. Total 4 will be restricted to 2 lakh. You are not going to get 2 lakh separately. So that way he has not given any value benefit to you. Apart from that, the second house would have become DLOP. It is not becoming DLOP. Is that clear? So remember one thing, the total benefit of a self-occupied property or multiple self-occupied properties per person will be 2 lakh rupees. Everyone is clear on this? This, ladies and gentlemen, is your concept of pre-construction interest, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is your first head of income, that is income from house property. We will be solving 3 questions here. I have told you that unsolved questions, we will be doing all of them in class. We will have the solution. Thankfully, my tab started working, because if I would have used a Circa tab, so one, I wouldn't have been able to give you the notes of today. Second, questions, as you are aware, questions I would have still managed because you all have the books with you. So maximum thing is that I open the question here, I wouldn't have been able to open the question. I hope you are understanding. But today's notes and solutions you will be having. So thankfully it is now working. No more black magic, please. See, when you came, you sat there, tab was working, I was all set to commence the class. The moment you changed your place, it did not, it stopped working. So ladies and gentlemen, that's your chapter income from house property, your first head of income in class. But yes, as you are aware, second head of income in income tax law. We'll quickly finish the questions. First, we have a small question on total house property. Then we will do one question on this complicated concept called pre-construction interest. And then I will go to your big question, which will cover everything. Okay, wait. Before that, one last thing I would like to tell you about pre-construction interest before going to questions. Pre-construction interest ka deduction, how to take it, has everyone understood? But you should also know how to calculate. No? That way, it is very easy. But let me not assume that you will be able to do it on your own. So let me do it only with you. We have to first calculate. See, my example was a very smart example. That loan was taken also on 1st April. And construction completed also on 1st April. So we had exact 4 years. And we had exact 4 lakh which we had to divide by 5. See, once you have that 4 lakh, how to give effect in tax, that is what I had to explain. Divide by 5 and first 5 years. Along with your current year. But the question is, everyone will take loan on 1st April only. No? And all construction should get completed on 1st April. Even if your house is ready, keep one brick separate. Well, no. Last brick I will put only on 1st April. So calculation becomes exact. No. Is it possible loans are taken during the year, middle of the year, constructions get completed during the year? That will sometimes complicate your calculation. If it is an easy example like this, 4 lakh divided by 5. So only for that complicated part, which is also honestly speaking very easy, you should manage on your own, but I don't want to take any risk, so I am doing it. We need to calculate pre-construction interest. Whenever you want to calculate interest in life, whenever you want to calculate interest in life, you just need 3 things. Come on, say those 3 magical words, please. Huh? Come on. So say, you need 3 things. Say those 3 magical words. Principal. Abhay, what were you thinking? Principal, rate, and time. Correct? Eh? As far as principal and rate are concerned, they have to be given to you in the question. See, 10 lakh, 10% per annum. If the question does not give you principal and rate, how will you calculate interest? Write a note to the paper checker. You chore, Tirudan, Kallan, whatever you call. Please die. I pray to God that your children give more difficult exams and never pass. Why are you asking such stupid questions? How much do you get paid for solving such or correcting such papers? Stop. Don't do it actually. And don't say that, sir, we follow all your instructions seriously and religiously. Because you don't. You don't follow all my instructions very seriously, sincerely and religiously. Nahi na? Principal and rate will always be given to you. You have to use your brain only in time. Time means from which date we will start the pre-construction period and on which date we will end the pre-construction period. In that also start is ridiculously easy. I'm telling you, this is very easy. I'm just doing it. When will your pre-construction interest start? Do one thing. Take this example in front of you, but I don't want the date of the example. Tell me the date in words. Date of taking the loan. Correct? End date. End date. Wait. Anybody giving me the end date correctly, I am going to take you out on a dinner date today itself. If you give me the exactly correct answer, the date is on me. Will not divide. I will pay for it. So don't be overexcited. First, let me complete my offer. Don't be so desperate, bro. Ha. You understand the question. What will be end date of the pre-construction period? Ha, boy. You, because you were the first one to be excited. Say, wrong answer. Yes, please. When will the pre-construction period end? And for that, I, as a hint, can give you the example. But please understand, in this example, you know that the date was 31st March 25. I don't want the answer as per example. I want answer in words, just like start date, you said date of taking loan. Fantastic, wrong answer. Huh. End date of pre-construction period. I think you have understood the question, no? You don't ask me question, give me answer. Huh? So, what's your final answer? Because you are using it with if. If is something that may happen, may not happen. You can't ask or you can't answer a question with a condition. And if you are starting an answer with if, then give me both possibilities. Absolutely no. You may never go and stay in that house. Property is ready, keep it locked. इतना एक्साइटमेंट है डेट के लिए ही नहीं, डेट ओनली यू हैव टू आंसर, सो योर एक्साइटमेंट हैज टू बी फॉर द डेट ओनली, यू हैव टू गिव द आंसर इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ डेट ओनली. हाँ
date of repayment of loan,
हाँ
completion of that transaction, whichever will be first. जो भी पहले आएगा, that will be the date of.
You almost made it, bro. Almost. Why are you upset? This is not the correct answer. So of course you cannot avail the offer. But this is possibly the best answer which a CA student or intermediate student at least can give. Just one small error in your answer, one small error. Otherwise, your answer was perfect. She would have given that answer, but if karke she said one possibility, did not give the other possibility. You gave both possibilities. He said if loan is repaid, so that will happen first. If loan is not repaid, so construction will happen. He said very clearly whichever is earlier, but there is only one error in your answer. No, in words only. And in words only, his answer has only one minor error, very small error. But one thing I must tell you guys, okay? The number of people who participated this time. So your participation levels depend on the offer. Excitement, एक करके people who have never spoken in the last 6 months. And one person misses the offer, the next person is disappointed. Oh no, oh no. So now then, even if anyone gives the correct answer, no, you at least don't become eligible because you know one person gave almost the correct answer. I cannot take multiple people, no. Obviously, Nito, you don't call it date if there are many. How do many people go on a date? How does that happen? Date is between two people. So, ladies and gentlemen, it was a near perfect answer. Yes, he said date of repayment. Because if repayment happens first, so interest only will stop. There will in fact not be any current year due interest also. And pre-construction has to stop. Remember rich father-in-law, extremely rich father-in-law ka call. So yes, pre-construction interest will stop on that day. And if that has not happened, for example, in my story, my father-in-law never called me, so my interest is continuing. But I did stop my pre-construction interest. When? According to you, when the construction got completed. Wrong. Because in this example, construction got completed on 1st April 25. So your pre-construction interest stopped on 31st March 25. It is also possible that my completion of construction took place on 10th October 20. So going by his answer, the stop date will be 9th October. Oh, wrong. Understand why? Understand why? Is the property ready in 25-26? So will there be computation in 25-26? So this interest I will get deduction. That means my end date of pre-construction will still be 31st March. In the entire financial year, whichever date property is ready, it can be as late as, ladies and gentlemen, last date of 25-26. My construction got over on 31st March 26, last date of the year. So in 25-26, is my property ready? Even on the last day, but is my property ready? So will there be computation of 25-26? So will I get deduction of 25-26 current year due in that computation? Yes, that means till which date I have not taken deduction? Last 31st March. It is not completion of construction. It is 31st March immediately before completion of construction. You have to see last 31st March. You saw the date of completion. It is not date of completion. It is last 31st March. In my example, it was a coincidence that completion was 1st April. So last date and last year, they were all same. But we don't have to see last date. We don't have to see 9th October or 30th March here. We will see last 31st March. So in this example also, my pre-construction period will get over on 31st March 25. Even if it is completion on 31st March, we will take till the last 31st March. So it is, and of course, if repayment happens first, we stop at repayment. So repayment of loan or 31st March before completion of construction, whichever is earlier. See, he said repayment and he said completion of construction, whichever is earlier. That was a near perfect answer. Just that instead of date, you should have said last year. Because if the property is ready in this year, that means this year means April to March. That means I will get deduction of this year. That means I haven't taken deduction till last year, that is last 31st March. So deduction of pre-construction or calculation of pre-construction interest will stop on the last 31st March. And if the loan is repaid before that, so correct. That was near perfect. You said what? Sir, if repayment happens first, then it will stop first. Okay, correct. But if repayment does not happen first, the second part who will give? You understand? If you start an answer with if, then you have to give both possibilities. He gave both possibilities. Just one minor error. What? Not last date, but last year, last 31st March. Understood? Everyone? So repayment or last 31st March, whichever is earlier. Fantastic. Now we go to the unsolved questions. And ladies and gentlemen, whether I announce or I don't announce, if I complete a chapter, then the solved questions will be your homework immediately and instantly. Am I very clear on that? So I can, in tomorrow's lecture itself, come and check your notebooks. I want all the answers solved. If you ever come and tell me, sir, I actually read the question, I read the answer, so I understood everything, you have wasted time. In any subject, this is very important. If you want to do good in CA exams, the only correct way of study is take this blank paper and write bloody hell whatever you know. Write wrong, get stuck, and note down by marking it in red color or a highlighter that this was where I got stuck. So when you revise, you know where you are getting stuck. I also had a very, very wild strategy as a student. It's a very wild strategy. Some people laugh at that strategy. Some people say, sorry, I can't use the word in class. What nonsense are you talking? But with me, it worked. With me, it worked. When any subject was over in class, what do you normally do? You do self-study, then you practice questions. I never did that. Even if that subject was over 2 months ago, 3 months ago in class, I used to directly pick up the questions and start solving. Without revision of a single page. How much do I remember? Retention, because there will be a big gap between my self-study and my actual exam. You know, a subject like your FMSM. Last time you will study 1.5 days before your exam. But before that, last time you must have studied it 1 month ago. Because last 1 month you are doing other subjects. Last 1 week before exam, people prefer to study accounts. So, before your 1.5 days before exam, last time you have studied FMSM 1 month ago. So, how much am I able to retain? Have I forgotten the things taught in class? Directly start solving. Even if my sums were being solved at an accuracy level of 40-50%, it gave me major confidence that without a single page of revision, if I am able to solve it 40-50% correctly, 2 benefits. One, if I actually study and do, I can go up to 70-80% accuracy. And CA exam, it will never be 100 on 100. Last time you score 100 out of 100 is your maths and accounts in your 12th standard board exams. The batch which I must have told you, batch which I completed before UN came, CA Inter ka batch of May 25. You all are the second batch. There were students who in the 12th standard board exam, maths, accounts, everywhere they have scored 100 out of 100 out of 100. Most subjects 90. Aggregate 12th standard percentage is I think 96%. Podar College anyone? Podar College topper है. 100 out of 100 in maths, 100 out of 100 in accounts, 96 in that subject OC, 95 something in economics. She was the topper. In fact, 2 toppers of Podar College were in the batch. Lecture के बाद sir कौन I know you are excited sir, who was it? No, I told them that in fact toppers face more difficulty in CA exam because they are stuck with 100 out of 100 in their mind. That day you understand that 70% accuracy is all India rank. You start giving yourself relaxation. Because I see even now exams are going on. First paper accounts, there were a few students who got stuck in the first question. They were blank for the rest of the paper. Arey bro, leave that question, go ahead. Because it is not that you don't know 100 marks. You don't know maybe 10, 15 marks. But there will be at least 50, 60, 70 marks which you know. Attempt that properly. So first benefit was that if without studying I am 40% accurate or 50% accurate, with study it will be better. Second, when I actually do my self-study, I already have marked the places where I am not good. Because in solving of questions, I used to pick up a blank paper. Not, like proper presentation or etc. But at least write the amounts. I will not write gross annual value, but at least I can write 4 lakh. I know in the question municipal taxes, so 10,000. So that gave me 3,90,000 as my NAV minus 30% of this. I am not writing particulars. I am solving the question in rough. But I had solved every question at least once by myself before giving exams. And if you do what? These solutions are printed in the book. You read the question. Oh yes, sir, 4 lakh GAV, right. 10,000. So are you checking my answers? No. Because when you have to do on your own, in that 4 lakh GAV, you will make some mistake. And this is one big, if I am asked that what are the top 5 mistakes of CA students, behind the reason behind failure in CA exams, the reason behind multiple attempts in CA exam, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I have quite a bit to say. Someday if I get half an hour free time, maybe I'll do that. But number 1 will be lack of writing practice. Number 1, top pay, it is lack of writing practice. That day CA students rectify this error, no, you will see massive change in the overall pass percentage. Institute is not going to fail anybody on purpose. Because everybody is not failing. There is one All India rank 1 also in the same exam which you are also giving. And if that person can get AIR 1, you can also get AIR 1. Same studies, same question papers, same answers. Just that the strategy of toppers is a little different. And strategy mein, the most important thing is writing practice. If you start following that for your other subjects also, believe me, you are no longer even thinking of passing these exams. Passing is not the criteria. I never gave a CA exam for passing. My target was to get a rank. Target, you have to set your standards high. If you set your standards high, it is very much achievable. Sir, but how will we do it? There is a way out. And the main task that you have to do, write on blank papers. Not in proper presentation, not in good handwriting, but write. And therefore, when I say that you will be solving your solved questions, you will not be reading the answers. You will be solving. Now, this I can check, but there is one thing which I cannot check. Be honest with yourself. Solve the full question without reading anything in the answer. There should not be a situation where you are doing GAV. You do municipal valuation fair rate, but now you don't remember after this what. Hey, but answer में देख लेता हूँ. नहीं, if you do that, that means you are making a big mistake. Think about it that it is an exam. You don't remember, so you'll do something. Do whatever you will do in an exam. But do make a marking over there. I got stuck here. And in a way that it is clearly visible, like a change of color, so that tomorrow when you again go through those pages, you know this is where I got stuck. Full answer done, however you got stuck, but solve it with your knowledge. Final answer was right or wrong. Or in the final answer, this step was wrong, this step was wrong, everything else was right. After completing the answer, do your correction like this. So this marking will help you when you actually do your revision. Second time when you sit down to study, at least two or three revisions you will be doing. Second time when you sit down to study, this is where I have to focus. This is where I will focus. One day before exam, it is humanly not possible to solve the 900 questions that I have. But you should be solving at least 10% of the questions. At least 100 questions, MCQ and descriptive together. In those 100 questions, these places where you have gone wrong should be your priority. So you go wrong while you practice, you don't go wrong in exam. These markings should be with you. These small strategies. One more small strategy, that you start very early. Whatever time you have other than my lecture, you should be utilizing it productively. You are beyond your relaxation timetable. Your current, this is January going on. Your current per day study, total, including the class hours, should be at least 9 to 10 hours. And going forward, every month you have to increase it by 1 hour. February, 10 hours. March, 11. Last month you have to study for. 12 is the limit. Final May it will be 15. And now if you don't study for 10 hours, so 30 days ka, supposing you study for 8 hours. So 30 days ka 2 hours ka loss. So February you have to cover it up with 60 hours extra. So February ka 10 plus 60. So in Feb only you will get the burden of it. Then, not possible of course. You will come to a stage where, sir, now there is no time only, sir. So much is remaining, sir. What to do? Sir, I will not be able to do all the MCQs of your. Then what's the point of making such a fat and thick book and give it? In the MCQs in my book, starting you will get single MCQ, one question, four options, one question, four options. After that gets over, you have something called case study based MCQs. So there is a full-fledged story. On that story, there are 5 questions. If you go wrong in the first question, you go wrong in all the 4 remaining 4. For example, first question will be calculate income from salary. Second question will be calculate gross total income. If first is wrong, second is wrong. Third will be calculate net income. Basically, only deductions part remaining from the story. First is wrong, second is wrong, third is wrong. Calculate tax as per old regime, calculate tax as per new regime. First answer wrong, all 5 will be wrong. It won't be loss of 1 mark, it will be direct loss of 10 marks. You have to solve each case study based MCQ. It is my open challenge and commitment. Any student who has solved all the case study based MCQs without getting stuck, and correct answers also, of course. Solve to anybody can solve. My son can also solve. You have to get the correct answer. Your exemption is guaranteed. If you are able to solve all the case study based MCQs by yourself without getting stuck and get the correct answers, I guarantee that you will get 65, 75 plus marks. Challenge hai, challenge. Try proving me wrong. Solve all the case study based MCQs. Try proving me wrong. Sir, I did everything, still I did not. You will have to maintain proof where you solved all the answers. When you say solve does not mean that you read the question and saw the solutions that I gave you. Solve by yourself and got correct answers. Challenge. Prove me wrong. And believe me, you won't be able to prove me. You won't be doing purposely wrong in your exam only to prove me wrong. You never know. Purposely write wrong answers in exam so that you are able to prove me wrong. You won't be doing that, right? Challenge. See, my best. See, MS Dhoni fan, anyone? No. Think about controllables. Anything that is in your control, my control, make the best books, best questions, highest number of questions in terms of quality, quantity, everything. I can do what is in my control, but your solving part is dependent on you. In one batch, if there is a student who got 81 marks, and in the same batch, there is a student who got 41 marks, not because I taught different sections. Just imagine, 81 marks ka student hai Anuj. I call him, listen Anuj, 2 extra sections only for you, not for anybody else. Because you sit on the first bench. He used to sit on the first bench. अरे वो फोटो है ना बुक के पीछे अनुज 81. I taught him 3-4 extra sections. क्या yes? हाँ sir, someone like yes sir, you must have taught him extra sections. Same sections, but it is about whether you follow my instructions or you don't follow my instructions. Are we clear on this? So I am going to check your notebooks for the solved answers. Please don't refer to the answer where you get stuck. Finish it by yourself, and at the end, when you are ready with your final answer, then compare it with the solution and mark the places where you went wrong. You can make the marking in the notebook where you have solved or within the textbook, so that when you are revising by turning the pages of the textbook, in that question you already have the marking that okay, I went wrong here. But whichever step you did wrong, please make sure you have the marking. That is possible only if you don't refer to the solution after every step. If you refer to the solution, you will never go wrong. No. Please make sure you do this. We have done 4 chapters before this. I never gave you so much instruction about question solving because this is real income tax. So from now onwards, this is very important. Every question from the solved part, I am not giving you any unsolved question. From the solved part, every question that I give you, you have to make sure that you have solved all those questions. So by the time our batch gets over, these questions are solved. Your focus should be additional question bank. In fact, you should be only 1 chapter behind me in the additional question. Am I absolutely clear with this? So I will be doing the 3 questions with you. First, I will go to question number 52 because that's on the concept of pre-construction interest. This is page number 81. Pre-construction interest. Yes, please. Someone will have to read the question.
You are required to calculate interest on pre-construction period in respect of following assets.
So, A, B, C, D are 4 different people. We have to calculate for all of them. One by one we will do. Okay, first we focus only on A, then we go to B, C and D. What is the particular data given to you? What is the data given to you? You will only see that. First, date of taking loan. Is this having relevance in pre-construction calculation? Yes. What is the relevance? This will mark start of interest. Second, date of starting construction. What is the relevance of this? Someone said no starting construction when I was discussing about period. Starting construction, you said. You realize starting construction is irrelevant because construction is going on, but interest is still going on. This data is only for entertainment, not your entertainment. Entertainment of the paper checker for deducting in deducting. Yes, sir, you remember, barabar. In deducting your marks. Date of completion of construction. Is this relevant? Of course, yes. Because this will help you to decide end of your pre-construction period, and of course, this is not the date of the end of pre-construction period. We have to see before this the last 31st March. Correct? If date of repayment happens to be before this date, then we will take it. But if we can observe in the question, there is no repayment. That means repayment has not taken place. Means date of completion of construction is what we have to consider. But before that, the last 31st March is our answer. And of course, we have been given principal and rate because without this data, question is wrong. So how to calculate? Let me do the assessee A first with you. So you will get the presentation. Okay. Everyone focus. We know the principal, 12 lakh rupees, and we know the rate, 12% per annum. We have to focus on the period. In that also start date is very, very easy. When is it going to start? 1st June 2017. The fight is about end date. Repayment is not taken place. So our focus is going to be completion of construction. When has construction been completed? 10th August 23. So please focus. Is the property ready in 23-24? So will we get deduction of 23-24? So till which date we have not got deduction? 31st March, the last 31st March, that is PY 22-23. Oh, then ladies and gentlemen, you have principal, you have rate, you have period, and you have to calculate interest. This is something which we expect kids studying in 10th standard to do without calculators. Still, how to make it easy for you? This is the period for which we have to calculate interest. In this period, there are some years which are full years, April to March, and there is some incomplete year. First, identify which are the full years. Go in reverse order, it will be easy. 20-23 is full year, 21-22 full year, 19-20 full year, 18-19, 17-18 is only part of a year. So we have full complete years. Which years? 18-19, 19-20, 20-21, 21-22, 22-23. Do we have 5 full years, 18-19 to 20-23, where we have to charge full year ka interest? And then 17-18 is part of a year, so we have to keep it separately. Let's talk about these 5 years. What is the principal? 12 lakh. What is the rate? 12%. Do you realize this interest is interest of 1 year? 12 lakh into 12%. And we are calculating for 5 years. So what do we do? Now, because out of habit, you have always last so many years you've done divide by 12, divide by 12. Don't end up dividing this by 12. If we calculate 5 months ka interest, then we divide by 12. But this is 5 years ka interest. So this is 1 year ka interest, multiply by 5. That will be interest for these 5 years, 7,20,000. And now focus on 17, 18. Principal is still 12 lakh, rate is still 12%. But this time, we can't take full year ka interest. We will have to take part of a year. Everyone, please listen to me. If the period starts on the 1st of any month, so you can take months. For example, here it is 1st June. So we know we have to take interest from June to March. That will make how many months? 10 months. And this time, because it is months, we of course divide by 12. 12% is per annum. And 10 months ka 10 by 12. Listen, if it is any other date, 2nd, 15th, you can't do months. You can't do 0.5 months. Then there is only one option. You have to do it in number of days. So if it is 1st, then you do months. If it is any other date, you do in days. Rounding off ka difference will come. So do you realize here it is 10 months? And thus the interest of this period will be total pre-construction interest, of course, which we divide by 5 to get our per year ka deduction once the construction is completed. That is 23, 24 onwards, first 5 years we will get this deduction. Of course, the question is only till year. Question is only asking you to calculate pre-construction interest. You cannot take 0.5, and I'll explain why in one of the other cases. Why you cannot take? Because if you think 15th June is half month, you are wrong. You are wrong. I'll explain how. You have to do in days. At least that is clear. Now, why you are wrong? Give me some time. I will prove it to you. Let's go to assessing B. Do you have the format in front of you? Principal, then rate, then focus on the period and calculate. Fantastic. You will be doing B by yourself, right? Don't copy A first. I am not giving you time to copy. You have to solve B, and you have to solve B on your own. $58,219. B का answer. Per year answer or total you are given? When you are sure. Well, I am not given any offer also. When you are sure, give me your answer. 3 answers you already given. First you gave some 58,000, then you said 31st, then you said 20th Jan, then you said 31st March. Fantastic. Fantastic. I am going to garland you very soon. I will conduct a special felicitation for you. Please bring one nariyal, coconut, one shawl and one mala tomorrow. We will do your public felicitation. If they are making fun of you, they are your best friends. Believe me. CA Inter is the last time you make friends in class. In final, you can't make friends. And once you enter the profession, you never make. This is the only age, last age where you can make friends. Let them make fun of you. You also make fun of drug supplier. You also make fun. Fantastic. Oh. Principal 5 lakh. Rate 15%. Fantastic. Start date. Everyone, please. 11th April 2019. Fantastic. End date 31st March. Wow. Oh, wow. Kya champion people you all are. Like Modi ji will be so excited to see you. कितने तेजस्वी लोग हैं. You are a rare talent, and now this garlanding will not happen for one person. It is basically going to happen in public. You are so talented that your pre-construction period is over before it started. Like there is literally that proverb, no, चालू होने के पहले ही खत्म हो गया. First of all, those who don't understand, March comes before April in calendar year. So you start on 11th April. So basically, this is your calendar going on. First 31st March came. Okay. Then 11th April came. So you are, sir, like essay or essay, one and the same. We have to calculate 11 days. So this way or that way. Petrol, diesel, one and the same. And to put kerosene in your vehicles, no, one and the same. Huh? You are ending the period before starting. Typically, like a CA student ka love life, it gets over before it starts. Still did not understand. वो love life के example से people understood that it got over before it started. पागल लोग. There is no pre-construction period. There is no pre-construction interest. And you know why? Because construction got completed. No. तुम रहने दो. In year of taking the loan itself. If the construction gets over in the same year, there cannot be pre-construction interest. First year itself, you will get current year due interest. Some sets are calculated from 11th April to 31st March. Sir, one and the same, 11 days this way or that way, forward or backward. Hey Bhagwan. Hello. Still not followed? C. काय पाहिजे? कुठलं remote? C. You want to do on your own? Someone like, no, sir, first this time I will check the dates. Risk. This is 19 and this is 23. So no problem. Fantastic. So write the principal and the rate. 23 lakh. 13.5% per annum. What is the start date? 15th October 19. And what will be the end date? Not July 23. The last 31st March is what? 31st March 23. Identify how many completed years in this. How? Come on. 22, 23, 21, 22 and 20, 21. Correct, hai na? 2021 to 22, 23. Are these completed years? So you have 23 lakh into 13.5% into 3. 9 lakh 31,500. Bro, don't be surprised how I know this answer. This is probably the 10,000 time that I am solving this question. You want the final answer? 1920. 23 lakhs into 13.5%. Oh wow. Oh, numerator, denominator. You understand the question? $168 divided by 365. Wrong answer. Days, please. Answer later. 167 upon 365. If 366 hits you, then how can the numerator see? Matlab, are you so foolish that you remember adding one day in the denominator, but then that date will be added in the numerator also? No. Do you realize 2020 ka February will be a leap year ka February? This is 1920, no. So this is, in fact, 24 was also a leap year, but this is 1920. Bro, you understand or no? That means this is 366. If you are smart to identify this, then it can't be 167. 168. Then it will be, that February ka one day will be added in the numerator also, no? So you said 168 upon 365. Go wrong. You said 167 upon 365. Silly. 168 upon 360. Wrong. Still wrong. 169 by 366 is the only correct answer. 366 you understood? Chalo, fantastic. How we got 169? March 31. February. Now if you have identified this, then you can't make a mistake here. 29. Carry on. January, December. You can use this. Oh, Mr. Jadhav, अक्टूबर का डेज प्लीज. तो जादव है. जादव. October 21 days. How? How? 30? अक्टूबर में 30 डेज होता है. 31 minus 15 is 21. In which school of maths? If maths का lecture is going on in which classroom? 16? Wrong answer. 15 you can't minus. 14 you will have to minus. Because 15th you have to include. Hello? From 15th October we have started, no? So only 14 days will be excluded. And this is how you get 169, and this is why 15th cannot be taken as half month. You understood? 15th is not half month. Ladies and gentlemen, anything else is wrong. Now you don't show up by saying, sir, 134, 373, bro. I have grey hair, safed bal. I have been doing this for the last 14 years. Don't show me the answer. Are you understanding that I want to enlighten you about the places that you are likely to go wrong? And I do not want you to make these mistakes, because these are ridiculously silly mistakes. 134. Now you're not solving. Solve. 134. 143, 373. 10, 74, 873. Final answer is not something I'm interested in. You use your calculator. I want to make you aware of the mistakes that you will make. So, first was easy. Second method, you make a massive mistake. You made a massive mistake. You did calculation from 11th April to 31st March. Just imagine you giving first final, then inter, then foundation. Third May, you made the mistake of days. You think the fourth will leave you? Chalo, first principal and rate. Some are like, no, sir, first I will check. It's 20 and 24, so no problem. Principal and rate, 6 lakh and 15%. Start date is going to be 1st February 2020. End date 31st March 2024. Wrong answer. 31st March. Even if construction, that means you have not understood only this. Even if construction gets over on this date, it will be last 31st March. Is the property ready in this question? Is the property ready in 23-24? Even for one day, is the property ready? That means current year ka deduction you will get. You have not got deduction till the last 31st March. Understood? Are you thinking this was the only possible mistake here? No, na? Now tell me how many completed years? 2. No. 22, 23, 21, 22, and 2021. This is 1920, bro. How many complete years? 3 years. 2021 to 22, 23. 6 lakh, 15%, 3 years. 2 lakh 70. And let's talk about 1920, the incomplete year. 6 lakh, 15% into. This time you can take months, no? Because it is 1st February. अरे first है ना, तो you can take months, no? 2 by 12. February and March. तो what? लीप ईयर में 13 मंथ्स होता है. What am I saying and what are you saying? I am saying Shah Rukh Khan is an actor. You are saying projector is a computer device. Leap year has 2 months, no? February and March. Had it been 2nd February, so yes, it's a leap year. You should have taken February ka 29 days, March ka 31 days accordingly. But we are doing in months because it is 1st February, no? Everyone is clear. Calculation of pre-construction interest. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, question number 50, please. You've solved it already when we had the technical issue. What answer you got? 147. 147, 800. $55 and 30 negative. Fantastic. Now, someone is right in this and someone is wrong. Abhi, let us see who is right, who is wrong. Okay. You all have read the question? So, I will not waste time in the reading part. Let's go to the solving part. Do you understand there are two identical units? So, we have to segregate them and identify them as separate property. Okay. So, let us first solve for unit 2, which is complicated, no? So, let us do the complicated part first. Always write the nature of property next to each other. Nature of property means SOP or LOP. So, unit 2 is LOP. Let's solve that first. Because the property is LOP, we'll first do GAV. Correct? Now, you all are grown up kids now. Stop doing that time pass. Municipal valuation, fair rent. Directly ALV. What is ALV? Municipal valuation or fair rent, whichever is higher. But compare it with standard rent, whichever is lower. But here, in a question where they directly give you municipal valuation, fair rent, etc., you can do that. But when they have given you per month and all that, it is better to write it for not making any mistakes. So, first step, municipal valuation. Tell me one thing. They have given two amounts, 26,000 and 27,000, and use the word respectively. So, which is the first amount? Municipal valuation or fair rent? Which one is first? Fair rent is first. But we are writing municipal valuation. So, we have to take the second amount. So, how much is that? 20. So, municipal valuation, outer column, 26,000. No! This is per month. So, municipal valuation we will be taking for 12 months. Are you understood? Now, don't say, sir, this property was let out for 5.5 months. Okay, municipal valuation will happen only for 5.5 months. No. That we will see in actual rent. No, this will be 12. So, outer column we will write 3,12,000. No! No! Why? 2 years. 2 units. Identical. Means this is of the entire property. Hello. We are solving for unit 2. So, what is municipal valuation of unit 2? 1,56,000. Do you understand this? Municipal valuation, fair rent. Given. Very good. How much given? 27,000. It is okay to make mistakes in a classroom so that you don't make it in exam. But it is not okay to repeat mistakes. So, I hope you are not writing 27 into 12 in the outer column. What are you going to do? Multiply by 1 by 2. With that, you get what, bro? 1,62,000. ये correct है, everyone? So, now what? Expected rent is going to be whichever is higher. So, what is that? 1,62,000. Next step. Standard rent. Standard rent given to you again is 30,000. That is also per month. So, again we multiply by 12. And again we do 1 by 2 because that is also of the entire property. Correct hai? 1,80,000. Finally, we have our ALV or RLV, which is going to be whichever is lower. 1 lakh. Everyone is with me? Now what? Now with this we will take our compare with our actual rent. What is the actual rent for which we have given our property? Okay. Per month we have given 30,000, no? So 30,000 into 12. No. We have given our property on rent only for 5.5 months. This is the actual rent receivable. But in this there is unrealized rent of 1 month. That is 30,000. Correct hai? Will we get deduction? Observe the question ka data carefully. They have said 1 month rent could not be realized as per rule. As per rule means tenancy is bona fide, vacate the property, you fulfill the condition. And therefore we are taking received rent, we are getting deduction of unrealized. If conditions are not fulfilled, so we will take receivable rent. But here are the conditions fulfilled? Yes. So what do we get? 1 lakh. Now, ladies and gentlemen, one more opportunity to learn that 5 is 162, 6 is 135. You can't compare. You have to make them comparable. For this, we will add the vacancy period rent. Compare 5 and 7, but choose between 5 and 6. Correct hai? हाँ, तो what will we do? Add vacancy rent. See, 5.5 month let out. So 6.5 vacancy, right or no? No. Vacancy rent will exclude the SOP period. So we will see only the period for which it was vacant. What is that period? 1.5. And what is monthly rent? 30,000. So what is total vacancy rent? 45,000. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, now understand. 5, 6, 7. Correct hai? Compare 5 and 7, but choose between 5 and 6. If this is higher, then this is the answer. If this is higher, so this will be the answer. You understand? So ladies and gentlemen, finally, what is my answer to GAV? As actual plus vacancy is greater than ALV, actual without vacancy will become your GAV. Correct hai? 1 lakh 35, sorry. 1 lakh 35,000. Next step, please. How many thinking harsh question over? Next step. Municipal taxes. Payable were 22, but paid were only 20. So we will get deduction of paid or payable? Paid. And therefore deduction of rupees 20. 20,000? No. So why? Because 20,000 is also for the whole property. Bro, into okay. Net annual value 1,25,000. Next step, deductions under section 24. First is standard deduction at 30%, 37,500, and second is interest. First question, limited or unlimited? Unlimited. That means actual will be fully allowed, and that actual is rupees 65,000. 65,000 nahi? Then what? Y divided by 2. क्या है? 32,500. Sorry, 70,000 gives you total of 55,000 as your income from house property from unit 2. Yeah, I know you are excited because right nikla 55,000. Who gets paid? I get paid. So what if it is too less? But I get paid. So ask me the doubts. Yes, I know that I get paid too less. Too less. But ask your doubts too. हाँ, ये clear है? Okay. Unit 1. Always write next to the property the characteristic of the property. This is SOP. See, today already we have had some wastage of time. I am too tired. You do one thing, you do GAV, then I will do further. I am too tired. Huh? No GAV. Why? SOP. SOP means NAV, directly nil. Next, deductions. What deductions? First, standard deduction. Huh. Standard deduction, 30% of NAV. Check on your calculator. 30% of 0. Confirm, correct hai? And next, interest. Answer what I am asking, not what you are thinking. Will we get deduction of interest? Yes. Even if we are not showing income, we do get. But because we don't show income, the deduction will be limited. ये correct है? For this, we will have to write the actual amount and the maximum amount. Actual question will give you, and maximum your knowledge will give you. Actual first, easy from the question. 65,000? No, sir. Half we took in LOP. The other half will come in. This is easy. Now for maximum, there are two options. 20,000, 30,000 or 2 lakh. And of course, it does make a difference. Because if maximum is 30, answer will be 30. If maximum is 2 lakh, the answer will be 32,500. It does make a difference. If this was 22,500, I wouldn't have wasted my time. 30,000 or 2 lakh. And listen, when the question is silent, whether construction was completed in 5 years or no, so assume condition is satisfied. If question is silent, assume that the condition is satisfied. So what's your answer? Why? Loan was taken on 5th May 98. Correct hai? That is before 1/4/1999. See, when nothing is given, then you assume condition is satisfied. But when they are saying loan taken in 98, then obviously 5th May 98, no? So therefore the maximum will be 30,000. Now choose between them. Obviously 30. So your total deductions will be 30. And final answer from unit 1. Remember that SOP is always going to give you a loss, which will be equivalent to the interest deduction that you have taken. And final answer of income from house property is going to be, for this you need knowledge of set of chapter also, that one loss can be adjusted against other. One day we will learn that chapter also. 55 minus 30, final answer 25,000. So whoever got 147, 800, whatever you got, you see, it's okay to go wrong. In any case, I told you to do it only because we had the technical problem. Have you all understood your mistake? 100%. You probably would have made mistake in that GAV ka hi part. GAV was the only part. Otherwise, I don't think that you would have made mistake in this municipal taxes 20,000 ka half or the interest wala part. And of course, if GAV was wrong, your standard deduction had to be wrong. You didn't make mistake in this interest part or that interest part. So SOP, so you must have got correct answer of 30. All of you all. You all did. So you all made mistake only in the LOP. See why I am trying to identify the place where you went wrong. Because you lose mark only of that. In case you are not sure about a particular thing, you still continue with the things that you are sure about. Is one of the other success mantras in CA exam. Because you get marks for every correct thing that you have written. What is wrong? You lose marks. But because of that, you don't lose what you are correct at or what you are good at. Never waste too much of time at one particular point when you are stuck. Maths is very simple. 100 marks, 180 minutes. 180 is 3 hours. So 1 mark, 1.8 minute. A 10 mark question, I won't give more than 18 minutes. 5 mark question, not more than 9 minutes. The moment you feel that it is taking too much of my time, well, you analyze, is there any other question which I will be able to do fast and get done, and I know it well. Please make sure that is your target, which is why we have 15-minute reading time before exams. To identify which questions I will attempt first. Is correct hai? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Take a deep breath. The next question, question 51, is going to act as the Gita, Quran, Bible, Agam, Guru Granth Sahib, Kalpa Sutra, whichever religion you believe in. This question will serve as the holy book of that religion. Almost in every chapter, we are going to get a question which covers the entire chapter. How comprehensive. See, last day, smart people are those who plan their last day in advance. Huh? Smart people are those who plan their last day in advance. So last day you won't be able to solve 900 questions. But you have to solve enough questions which prepare you. And therefore, right now only identify which are those questions. If you solve this question, you have revised full out property. It is my humble request, case study MCQs, you solve all of them. All of them. They will serve as revision of your entire syllabus. Think about a case study question which first tells you salary, then tells you GTI, then tells you NTTI, that means salary ka data, other sources ka data, deductions ka data, tax calculation ka data. Full syllabus is tested in one question. That is how case study based MCQs are created. As more and more chapters will get done, you will get familiar, you will get comfortable with those questions. So for now, full chapter ka revision in this one question. Question number 51. Please read the question.
Mr. Tiruput Kumar has several buildings at various places for which following information is given for English year 24-25. Location of buildings.
So there are 5 buildings that he has. By the way, these are names of areas in Mumbai only. So there is an area called Vileparle in Mumbai, Andheri in Mumbai, Mahim in Mumbai, Bandra, where Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan also stay. Dadar is that location where we are currently conducting our lectures from. So these are basically places, areas in Mumbai, and he has one building at all these places. About these buildings, what is the data given? We have been given municipal valuation, fair rent, standard rent. Rent per month is basically actual rent. That also question has to give you. Then we have been given municipal taxes paid in 24-25 by the landlord. If it is paid in by the landlord, will you get deduction? But he has paid for last year. Will you get deduction? Yes. As long as it is paid. Last year, current year, both. What about municipal tax outstanding? No deduction. What about municipal tax paid by the tenant? They paid. But tenant has paid. So no deduction. That means, can I say we will get deduction only of this much part? Fantastic. Unrealized rent. Eligible. Eligible means from receivable we will subtract it. Eligible means conditions are fulfilled. So yes, we will take care of that. Now comes the most important information. Occupancy. First building is Vileparle, let out property. Second is Andheri, that is also let out property. Third is Mahim, SOP. One SOP is allowed. Fourth is Bandra, sublet. Oh, sublet property means you take on rent and give on rent. Will be, do you realize, excluded from income from house property calculation. And last is a business property. Matlab, I am using this property for the purpose of my business, and therefore I am going to exclude this also, because here I am not the owner. Here I am not the owner, and here I am using it for business. So effectively, we have to focus only on Vileparle, Andheri, and Mahim. And in that, one SOP is allowed. The way 2 are allowed, but if you have given on rent, so LOP it will become. So focus on the first 3 columns only. Occupied by tenant, full year LOP. Very good. Here 7 months LOP, because 2 months who occupied, owner for his residence, and 3 months it was vacant. That means, can I say we will do proportionate SOP, proportionate LOP? Yes, pagal. 1 day also you give on rent, it will be considered as LOP. Correct hai? And as far as this is concerned, it has to be 12 months owner, no? Because 1 day also then it becomes LOP. So yes, full year, self-occupied. And finally, interest on loan for construction. We focus only on the first 3 columns because we realize that the 4th and the 5th column are irrelevant in house property. Please read the additional information.
Tiruput Kumar is owner of all the buildings listed above, except building at Bandra, which is on lease for 10 years.
So first 3 buildings, so he is owner, we have understood. 5th building, he is owner, but we are still excluding because business. Let's focus on Bandra building. It's on lease. Therefore, sublet. Lease is 10 years. Bro, had this been 12 years, so we would have included this building. Because he would have become deemed owner. But now we are sure that we will exclude this building. Because he is neither legal owner nor deemed owner. So yes, this building will be excluded. Fantastic. Next.
Interest on loan regarding Andheri building is sent to South Africa without deducting required tax at source, and there is no agent in India representing that foreign lender.
What is the effect of this? That means you've not deducted TDS. What will be the effect? No deduction. So all we will do is here we will just write adjustment 2. While solving, this is Andheri. No, this is Vilepar. This is Vilepar. Sorry. Here we will write adjustment 2. When we will solve this building, we won't give the deduction. We are just marking which building has which adjustment number. Because you've not deducted TDS, you won't be getting deduction of the interest. Everyone understands? Okay, next.
Regarding Parle building, there is recovery of unrealized rent of 30,000 and legal expenses to recover this amounted to 5,600.
That means, can I say from Vileparle building we have recovery of past years? So here I can write adjustment number 3 so that I know that later I have to solve this. Okay. What else?
Other unrealized rent recovered were as below. Andheri building 2 lakhs, expenses 25,000.
Okay, wait. That means apart from Parle building, here also I have some recovery. So in the Andheri column again I will write adjustment number 4. One is for not giving interest deduction and second is for recovery. Recovery of unrealized rent, recovery of arrears of rent. So yes, just give the cross reference of adjustment numbers. And
Borivali building 1 lakh, it was sold in 2005.
huh? Borivali? We are from South Mumbai. Borivali is also a place in Mumbai. People put on their social media hashtag Black Lives Matter and then they make fun of people living in Borivali. Nahin? Badlapur? This building was sold, therefore they have not given any other data about it. So one fine day I was the owner. But then some years ago I have sold this. Now there is recovery. But am I the owner now? No. And therefore income from house property? Yes! Even if I am not the owner now because it pertains to that year. But will I be able to write adjustment number in any column? There is no column. Independent adjustment, we put a star against it. Independent adjustment, we'll put a star against it. Correct? Hai? Okay, next.
There are also recoveries of arrears of rent as increase in rent was disputed by tenants. Mahim building built in 1990, 1,60,000 and no expenses as it was friendly settlement.
So at least against Mahim building I can write adjustment 5 because here also there is some recovery. So I have to consider this recovery whether unrealized rent or arrears of rent. Their recoveries are taxable and there is no expense that we have incurred. Okay. And
London building,
huh? London building. At least in South Mumbai, no, we feel comfortable with this. We are not comfortable with Borivali. But London we are because people living in South Mumbai travel to London more than they travel to Goregaon. So London we are comfortable. But problem is they have not given any column. Why? Because this was also sold. So are we going to consider it? Yes, independently. Because even if you are not the owner now, the period to which the rent pertains, you were the owner, they are going to consider all those recoveries. Am I clear on this? Fantastic. So what, ladies and gentlemen, you are required to calculate is income from house property for AY 25, 26. See, if you start doing everything together, there will be problem. So simply put, you should be doing one at a time, one by one. We have to do calculation of income from house property. We will be doing it column by column. But let us at the outset clearly tell the paper checker that Bandra building we are excluding. Why? As you are not the owner. You are not the legal owner. You are not the deemed owner. And the other building we are excluded as used for business. So that now we solve the question, so paper checker knows why I have ignored those two columns completely. So now I'll take my properties one by one. Let's talk about Vileparle is the first building. Next to the property, you must always write the nature of the property. SOP, LOP or DLOP? LOP. Now then GAB. This time you don't have that monthly data. So directly give me ALB. Compare three amounts. Give me the ALV. 210 is it? 120 or 140, 140, 140 or 110, 1,10,000. What is the actual rent for which I have given this property? Actual rent is 15,000 per month. Hello? But that is receivable. There is some unrealized rent also. How much is that unrealized rent? 15,000. And because it is as per rules, I will be subtracting it. 165. Just understand, in a question where there is no vacancy, how easy it is. If there is vacancy, we write 165 separate, then add vacancy rent, then compare different amounts, choose different amounts. Where there is no vacancy, ALV or actual, whichever is higher. ALV is 110 and this is 165. Therefore, our GAV is going to be whichever is higher, 1,65,000. Correct hai? Minus municipal taxes paid by landlord irrespective of the year to which it pertains. That means total of 30,000 will give you net annual value of 1,35,000 minus deductions under section 24. First, standard deduction at 30%, 40,500. Second, interest, limited or unlimited? Huh? Unlimited, because it is LOP, and actual interest fully will be taken. Bro, whatever adjustment we have are on recoveries. So recovery will be taken last. First, complete current year income. Once you are done with current year income of this property, if there is any recovery, consider that. But first, complete current year calculation. As per current year calculation, your deductions are 120,500. Leaving you with, see what I am writing. Current year Ville Parle income is 14,500. Current year is 14,500. Now what? Add recovery, for which we have written the adjustment number. How much is the recovery? 30,000. But for that we have expense also 5,600. So we'll take 24. Rubbish. 30,000 is the recovery, from which we, you minus 30%, you write like this, or you multiply by 70%. You realize it is one and the same. 30% deduction, so 70% taxable. Or you can also write like this: 30,000 minus deduction of 30%, 9,000, and then write 21. Actual expenses will be ignored. We will get deduction of 30%. That is standard deduction. You understand? Realize your mistake. This is your final answer from Ville Parle. Answer number 1, 35,500. Like this, we will find out final answer of every property. Add all of them. We will get our income from house property. Understood? Hello? So Ville Parle income is 35,500. Recoveries will be considered last. And recoveries do not get deduction of actual expense. We get deduction of standard deduction 30%. Second property. First was Ville Parle. Second is Andheri. Nature of Andheri? LOP. Fantastic. So again we start with GAV. ALV please give me. 2,10,000. Actual. What is the monthly rent? 10,000. So actual will be 1,20,000. No. I have given the property on rent only for 7 months. And there is no unrealized rent here. You can't compare these two. This is your last chance to understand that we will add vacancy rent. 5 months. No. SOP period is not considered as vacancy. So we will take only 3 months. That is your last chance to understand that we will compare these two, but choose between these two. 2,10,000 is higher, that will become answer. If this was higher, then this will become answer. Understood? So ladies and gentlemen, answer is 210, but let's give the reason. Reason is as ALV is greater than actual plus vacancy, ALV will become my GAV. Understood? 2,10,000. Next, municipal taxes paid by the landlord 25,000, giving you net annual value of 1,85,000 minus deductions under section 24. First, standard at 30%, 55,500. Second, interest on borrowed capital. How much is the interest on borrowed capital? Nil. Sir, why? Because we have not deducted. No, we have written adjustment numbers, no? So no deduction because we have not deducted TDS. So total deduction becomes 55,500. 129,500 is what? Current year income from Andheri. Because there is one more adjustment. We consider that other adjustment also. We have some recovery. Recovery of unrealized rent. Amount of recovery is rupees 2 lakh and expense of 25,000. No. Now presentation mein you can write this into 70 or this minus 30. It all comes to the same amount. At least there is no confusion about it. So 2 lakh into 70%. 1,40,000 giving you 2,69,500. That's your answer from Andheri. Correct hai? Now next, building number 3, Mahim, which is SOP. So how are you going to start your answer? Start with direct NAV. NAV will be nil. Then what? Deduction. Standard obviously will be nil. But we will have interest. Limited or unlimited? Limited. Because it is limited, we have to write two amounts, actual and maximum. Actual is the 40 given to you. Kya no? Yes. Maximum will be 30 or 2 lakh. It will make a difference. If you write 30, answer will be 30. If you write 2 lakh, answer will be 40. And one more time, I would like to remind you, if the question is silent, for example, construction completed in 5 years or no, to assume that the condition is satisfied and therefore maximum will be 2 lakhs. Purchase or construction? Okay, construction. Number of years not given? Okay, assume within 5 years. But what is the third condition? 5 years not given. Ho gaya. 3 conditions, tell me now. Purchase or construction? Given construction. 5 years not given, assume satisfied. Third condition? On or after 1/4/1999. Nothing is given. Built in 1990, first of all, comes before 1990. Secondly, if you have taken loan for construction, so with that money you've done construction. So loan must be even before that. Or are you trying to say that, sir, I constructed the building in 1990, then for construction I took loan in 2009. Ready building ka I am taking construction. So this question has already given you a hint in the form of this. Take a minute. What do you expect a CA question to tell you? Mahim building built in 1990. They have closed the bracket here, no? Don't close the bracket. Continue. So dear children, remember that SOP will be maximum 30,000. Close the bracket. No. They have given this. Story is over. You know, many a time senior citizen ka tax treatment is different. Please listen to this. They will give you date of birth. It is for you to calculate that by this date, that person has become senior citizen. They will not give you that this is the date of birth, so he is senior citizen, so apply tax rules of senior citizen. Welcome to CA. In your graduation, let's not talk about your graduation. 30,000 total deductions 30,000. So current year Mahim ka income is negative 30, which I have told you that SOP it will always be a loss. But there is some recovery. Now, what is that recovery? Arrears of rent. How much is that arrears of rent? 1,60,000. No expense. It was a friendly settlement. But still we get 30% standard deduction. So 1,12,000. Finally, 82,000. Understood? That's your answer from Mahim. So 3 columns done. 2 to we have to exclude. The question over, no? No, bro. Now the independent adjustments. Borivali. Recovery is going to be taxable even if the property is sold. Correct hai? What is the recovery? 1 lakh. So we pay tax on 1 lakh? No. Recovery mein it will always be 70%. So this is income from my fourth property. And likewise, London. Our heading will be same. Recovery is taxable even if sold. How much is the recovery? 2 lakh. So we pay tax on 70%, which makes taxable amount of 1,40,000. Finally, 1,40,000 plus 70,000 plus 82,000 plus 269,500 plus 35,500 will give you your taxable income from house property rupees 5,97,000. Income from house property 5,97,000. 5 amounts. Every property ka we are adding 35,500, 269,500, 82, 70 and 140. 5,97,000. Everyone understood? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Deviyo, Sajjano, Mitro, congratulations, Badai ho, Abhinandan. That is your chapter called Income from House Property. Thank you very much. That is not end of the lecture. Just thank you very much. Income from house property. This has given us the start. We are done with one of the heads of income. When I say smiling, 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 we have to complete 4 more heads of income. Then clubbing set of deductions. Then tax rates. Then some more chapters. Syllabus is over. NTTI and tax left. Correct hai? हाँ तो first head of income in classroom done. But in income tax law, it is the second head of income. So logically and sensibly, we now go to our, we wanted to do a small chapter because start we will get. We should not be starting the, heads of income with a complicated. Now we will go in order only. First head of income in income tax law, income from salary, charging section 15. What is the role of charging section? It is the charging section which says, hey, do you have income from salary? Pay tax. Pay tax on income from salary. Likewise, for house property, which is that charging section? For PGBP? For other sources? Capital gain? Charging section you got to learn immediately. Charging section 15 says income from salary. Charging section 22 gave us house property. And it gave us 3 conditions that if you fulfill 3 conditions, your income will be income from house property. They are building, owner, not doing business. Building, owner, not doing business. 3 conditions. 3 conditions. In salary, there is only 1 condition. First condition, main condition, deciding factor, we call it the essence of salary. House property, there are 3 conditions. They got over in 1 point. First point was conditions, no, building owner, not doing business, ABC. Salary, there is 1 condition, only 1 condition, but it has 4 points. Condition is 1 only, but 4 points. This is the deciding factor. If this happens, it is salary. If this does not happen, it is not salary. Therefore, we call it essence. Only 1 condition. When can you classify an income under income from salary? Only when this happens. Like in house property, we need 3 things to happen. Building owner, not doing business. Here we need only 1 thing to happen. And that income will become salary. The easy way is directly give you what is that 1 thing that should happen. But everyone understood 1 condition. But let us convert it into a executive story. Let us convert it into a story. Okay. This story is a story of a gentleman called Mr. Rushed, a qualified chartered accountant. Massive wealth, qualified chartered accountant. Mr. Rushed, a qualified chartered accountant. Of course, he must be working in some office, making money, respect. But what happened is, he is going somewhere and he is late for work. He is late. All characters are fictitious. Any resemblance to any person living or dead is not coincidental, it is intentional. Late for work. But two different situations. Situation 1, he is traveling by own car. So let me number the situations. Situation 1, traveling by own car. Of course, driven by own driver. Once you are a chartered accountant, it is a very normal thing. I saw a podcast of someone saying, I decided to leave CA because after becoming CA, I would have earned only 20-30,000 rupees per month. वैसे from my officially recognized blue tick wala account, I have to be very careful about where I am commenting. But I did not bother. I just commented, bro, CA ka driver earns 25,000. Don't know about which course you are talking about. Somebody must have paid you. Some person running CMA ka ACCA ka classes must have paid you to do this podcast. But don't know about your thought process. After becoming CA 25-30,000, CA ka driver earns. So own driver. You can afford after becoming a CA, very normal. But some people are not comfortable with their own cars. Parking is a big issue. You have a driver, that is not a problem. Now, my problem is a separate problem altogether. My CA final ka lectures, I start sharp 7 o'clock. 5:45 I leave my house. 4:30 I get up, 5:45 I leave my house. When anyone comes to me for a driver interview, the first question they ask is, sir, how much salary you will give? I don't reply to that question. I was like, first listen to the condition for working with me. You have to come at 5:45. Number of hours, like any other driver. If anybody is working from 10 to 10, 12 hours, I will leave you in the evening at 5:45. But you have to come at 5:45. Will you come? Then we discuss it. Otherwise, why should I give you any? Will you come every day? No. Then why have you come? I unfortunately have this big problem. And whoever takes up the job, a driver is not a tax professor, no. That you have to keep on working year after year. Forget year after year. 1 month, 1.5 month maximum is the retention. They leave the job. Well, no, sir, I am not comfortable every day. I don't. My timing is such horrible. I don't get drivers. वैसे भी I prefer to drive myself. I go to Rajasthan, Gujarat, wherever I go, I drive myself. And the moment I get an empty road, oh Gadkari ji, the legend, I must tell you, that then it is me and the accelerator. It is only me. You just, whether anybody comes, does not come, doesn't matter. It is me and all the frustration of my life, all the frustration against my wife, everything that accelerator gives. I love driving, not in Mumbai, not on Western Express side. Otherwise, I love driving. So a lot of people are not comfortable. Today, if I have to take my car somewhere, my first hassle is will I get parking. I avoid also for this reason. Some people do not travel by own car. They travel by taxi. So situation 2, Rushad is not comfortable. It's about comfort. You don't want to take your own car every day. So you're traveling by taxi or cab, as you may want to call it, driven obviously by the taxi driver. So the different situation, the situation ka difference is the person driving. Case 1, your own driver. Case 2, taxi driver. But what is common? Rushaid and Rushaid is late. That is common in both situations. That is common every day. Huh. Now here, the car gets stuck at a traffic signal. Mumbai city. So this Rushaid is from Mumbai. Car gets stuck, but he is already late. He does not like to get late for work, hypothetically. He does not like to get late for work. So he instructs the person at the driving seat. Case 1, own driver. Case 2, the taxi driver, jump the signal. So you don't say break the signal, bro. Nobody hits the pole with the car. It is not break the signal. It is jump the signal. In case 1, this instruction is given to own driver. Case 2, this instruction is given to taxi driver. So the common story is Rushaid, late, signal. The difference is own driver and taxi driver. The question is, between the two, who do you think will obey this order? Wait, don't answer this. Let me complete. ऐसे obey करने के लिए तो you can tell both of them also. You can tell your own driver to obey. You can tell the taxi driver and tell the taxi driver, don't worry, if somebody catches, I will take care. So let me put the other part of the question also. Who do you think will obey the order? And if not obeyed, against whom can he take action? This is the full question, because first part can be yes for both. Against whom can he take action for disobedience? Own driver. Own driver, he can say that from tomorrow you don't come. Taxi driver, he cannot say from tomorrow you don't come. Taxi driver will say right now you get out. Do you understand the difference? You can give some orders, some instructions to your own driver, which you cannot to your taxi driver. You can take some action against your own driver, which you will not, you cannot to the taxi driver. The taxi driver is going to get paid only for this ride. Your own driver will get paid every morning. He will come and stand near your car. Whether you go with your car anywhere or no, you still pay him the same amount. The taxi driver is under contract with you only for this one particular journey. Your own driver is in contract with you on a month-on-month basis. The taxi driver is working independently, has got nothing to do with you or your organization. Your own driver is working for you and your organization. The taxi driver does not have to comply with the rules and regulations of your organization or your instructions and orders. Your own driver has to comply with all those rules and regulations. There is one relation which you share with your own driver, which you cannot share or which you do not have with your taxi driver, and that relation, ladies and gentlemen, is known as the employer-employee relationship. And in the entire chapter, I will use these short forms, ER and EE. The relation between you and your driver is that of employer-employee relationship. You have recruited your driver at a fixed monthly payment, whether there is work or no work. Taxi driver, you can tell him to get lost if you don't want the ride. You have a fixed commitment to your driver has a fixed commitment to you, and therefore you can give instructions or take action for disobedience against your own driver. That relation, the main factor, the deciding factor is employer-employee relationship. Supposingly you get any income. Is this income from salary? Only thing that you check is, am I getting it from my employer? If yes, so salary. If no, it will be anything on the planet, it won't be salary. Are you going to make some payment to both of them? Is this guy getting from his employer? It is salary. Is this guy getting from his employer? Are you the employer? No. Are you giving him a fixed job? No. So it can be anything, but it won't be income from salary. Only one condition, main condition, deciding factor, only one factor, only one issue which decides whether an income is income from salary. That is employer-employee relationship. Your driver is your employer, the taxi driver is not. Your driver is your employee, the taxi driver is not your employee, and therefore the driver ka salary is income from salary. Taxi driver can tell you, sir, give my pagar, give my salary. Just calling it is irrelevant. Somebody who is working with you full time is employer-employee relationship. I don't work with one coaching class permanently. I am an independent person providing my professional services to multiple organizations. हाँ वो है book के cover पे. All the names are written. Locations are also written. And you are from this location. You are interested in this one. Once I complete my lecture, once I complete my batch, what I am doing, where I am going, what I am doing professionally, unprofessionally, any kind of ethical, moral, immoral activity done by me, no one has the right to interfere. If I don't do illegal, immoral activities, unethical activities. Just example. The payments that I receive, I may say that my salary, it is not salary. I get something called professional fees. I am an independent professional providing my services to a coaching class. And that also it is my choice that I don't want to go into the hassle of losing that rent and using that premises for running the coaching class over there, because that is too much of headache, and I prefer to be amongst audience of multiple locations. I get to understand their study pattern, their knowledge levels, their behavior, their taste, the kind of examples they understand, they don't understand. What is the taste of people in different parts of the country and the city? I want to keep that human interaction on. For that, I have to travel everywhere. At one place, I won't get that facility. But every coaching class knows my commitment is start date of the batch and end date of the batch. After that, I can do whatever I want. If there is a classroom on the same floor which is providing the same services to students and approaches me for my services, मेरा conditions है. My video in my logo, my book in my logo, my financial, non-financial condition. If you are ready to accept, I can teach in the next door classroom also. Nobody can stop me. So I am not under any full-time contract or recruitment with anyone. I may call it that my salary has come or not come, or it is very late. It is not salary, it is professional fees. I show that income under PGP. This taxi driver will show the income under PGP. But supposingly a coaching class recruits a professor on this condition, that you have to come every morning 7 o'clock and work till 5 o'clock, or alternatively you come at 12 o'clock and work till 9 o'clock. If there is a lecture, you take the lecture. If there is no lecture, you handle the administration. We will give you this much every month. Every month you have to take 100 hours of lectures and about 100 hours of administration work. 200 hours ka work every day you will, every month you will have to give these many hours every day you will have to work. This is the fixed package at which we are hiring. That is salary. Fixed commitment, whether there is work or no work. Hospitals, they can have doctors who are coming from outside giving independent services. No fixed full-time commitment, independent, PGBP. But can hospitals have full-time employees as doctors? Every day they are coming and working for fixed hours and fixed monthly salary. Whether there is work or no, they have to come and sit. Salary. The main factor, the only factor, the deciding factor is the giver your employer? If yes, so it is salary. If no, it cannot be salary. Henceforth, for example, house property, we say building owner not doing business. There is only one thing that you will say for salary. Only one thing. That is employer-employee relationship. The main condition, the only condition, the deciding condition is if there is employer-employee relationship, income will be salary. If there is no employer-employee relationship, this income will be anything on the planet. But it will not be income from salary. You understood? Some tax authors, some professional textbooks have given one more terminology. By the way, other than our books, which author ka book you have to purchase for studying tax? Siddharth Surana. That you don't have to purchase. There are only 2 books of inter and both are given to you as a part of class admission. That's a separate thing that somebody wants that CA final ka handwritten book, which almost every inter student in the country is buying. That's a separate thing. That's a final book. You want it as a value addition because it's a very good book for revision. That's your choice. But otherwise, the inter ka 2 books you don't have to buy. If there are 10 authors who are good in the subject, I have seen the books of all. Why is this author called a good author? what exactly is good in his book. I have seen it all. Every good point of every good author, plenty of good authors. They all have been incorporated in our book. So that I give you a one-stop solution that you don't have to hop, skip, jump multiple places to get answers to your queries. Everything is available to you at one place. So yes, I have seen those books. If you have too much of extra money that you want to go and buy still those external author ka books, if you have too much of extra money, so you do one thing. We'll keep one donation box here, Professor Development Fund, and I will be the only beneficiary of that fund. Or in digital payments, you can take the QR code. QR code do. If you have extra money, give me. I have less. Don't waste your money. Sir, you want to do anything extra? You preferably do ICAI ka RTPs, MTPs. And bro, I'll tell you what, you don't have to do that also. Kyun, sir? Everything is covered. In fact, if you pick up ICAI ka RTP of May 24, November 24, Jan 25, there will be problem. Answers will not match. They are as per outdated assessment. I have changed all those answers as per AY 25-26 and changed the questions, changed the answers, changed the date, and the revised book is given to you. That is why the books took time. No, if I had to give the existing book, I could have given both books on the first day itself. Last year ka book did not have May 24 RTP, September 24 RTP, Jan 25 RTP. All the new RTPs are incorporated, both in the subjective as well as the MCQ. Of course, May 25 RTP is not released on the day when we are doing this lecture. Otherwise, I would have incorporated that also. But I cannot keep my book pending for the May 25 RTP. Whenever it will come, that May 25 RTP ka explanation video I will be making and putting on YouTube. You can like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button, never miss an update. It's a trend in CA coaching. Anybody operating on national level in digital education from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, we have students, so they are expecting us to put our at least the revision lectures, amendment lectures, all that will be put. A part of it will be on YouTube, publicly available for publicity purposes, and rest of it will all be in the as a part of the app only. So no marketing to download the app. No marketing. If you think it is beneficial, you know, I think most of you all have already, because every day ka wo notes you access from that only. Fantastic. So whatever is the free resources already given to you, you have extra money, then give it to me. You don't have to buy any author ka book. Some authors in our country also call it master-servant relationship. Employer-employee relationship is referred to as master-servant relationship. Somehow I find it offensive. See, when we used to be in school, no, we never took offense for anything that our friends could do. You know, we had names. I am from an all-boys school. I told you before. I never told you this. I am from an all-boys school. So you understand how cheap and disgusting we used to be in our school days. Every student of our batch had a name which can be spoken in front of only boys. No one took offense. Bro, real name also we don't. There was a guy, Dhaval, very fat. We used to call him Jadia. No, he is thinner than me today. But if we ever meet, we very rarely get to meet our school friends. Hi Jadia, he is like, you are fatter than me. But no, your name will remain yours. So anybody who is fat, we used to call Jadia. Anybody having dark skin complexion, ek Alu, Dambar, Amavas. No one took offense. No one took offense. These days, people have become very, very sensitive. Stop body shaming. Stop shaming people on the basis of skin color. No, bro, anybody who used to wear specs in our school, we used to call him battery. Ha, karma. Karma, karma. Battery, chashmish, double battery, single power. Dhapniya. I didn't have specs till COVID, but post COVID, the amount of screen time Like literally 8-9 hours of online lectures, and post-COVID, every batch we have online students. Revenue is coming, we cannot let it go. So if I tell students come classroom, physical classroom is the best way to learn, but they are like, especially those final students, no sir, I am not early morning, I can't come. So ठीक है, pay me, come wherever, but pay me. Sir, if you ask me, classroom is the best place to learn. You don't want to ask me, learn from whatever source you want to, but learn from me, pay me. That's the best way of learning. Paying me is the best way of learning. So simple है. So every classroom, again there is screen time. So number wala specs, and the situation is so bad, no bro, that if I remove my specs, no bro, Hitesh is sitting or a girl is sitting, I will never come to know only. Arey, seriously, without specs I can't see only. At such a close distance also. And people say that if you have specs, you should continuously wear them. Big lesson I learned. Huh? Initially the power was too low. But people who have specs are ashamed of wearing them publicly. Because of that, I did not wear. The power actually increased because of that stupidity. In fact, you have issues like migraine, headache also. If you have specs, you don't have to be ashamed of it. It is very normal. It is created only to give you clear vision. Wear them. And now don't call them battery or anything. Okay? Stop that. Bro, we had one such name for everyone. Of course, my friends had given me also a name. So you are very friendly. So can you let us know? No! I will not let you know. No, obviously no. Obviously no. But do you understand that era was a little different? Today we take offense at the slightest of reasons. Somebody who comes to collect garbage at your, in your building, you can't call them kachre wala. That is offensive. So what do I call them? Safai wala. You can't call a waiter a waiter. You are placing your order and you are waiting for the order. So you are the waiter. नहीं समझा? You place the order and you are waiting. So who is the waiter? People don't like, being referred by the profession in which they are. You can't say that I have a roadside tea stall. That is offensive. What do you have to say? I make a specialized warm concoction of milk and warm water and some spices, resulting in an edible drink which gives refreshment to the person consuming it. Bro, you have a roadside tea stall. Concoction. Milk and spices. So such offensive reference of calling someone servant in today's times will not be acceptable. Will not be acceptable. Those days were different. Those days were different. We used to call our friends by such offensive names. They never took offense. We had one more way. Supposingly, I have a friend, Amar, in school. His father's name is Harish. We used to call him by father's name, Harish. Hey Champalal. We used to call our friends by their father's name. You all do that? You all have also done that? Huh? It was still not offensive. Not at all offensive. Bro, but today, times have changed. We can't be telling, hey, Dongri. You must be fighting with at least 15 people before reaching class every day. And 15 more while going back home. This is so offensive. Tomorrow you can, bring your parents and fight with the class management. That, sir, how can a professor give an example like that? On the basis of area. And then there are people living in Badlapur making fun of Kandiwal. So reference like master servant, unacceptable. Once upon a time, people used to use these terms, but today's days and time, it is inappropriate to use terms like these. People are oversensitive. Sensitivity is not just in our teeth, it is in our mentality. No, it is in our mentality, it is in our thinking, never make fun of people on the basis of caste, community, creed, religion, gender, shape of the body, skin color, the location where they live, their caste, their family business. Never make fun of people. Profession, never make fun of people on the basis of that. Or also check what kind of bond or relation you share with that person. That can you speak anything to that person. You should have some such people whom you can speak whatever you want. Whatever you want. And they don't take offense. है ना? Bro, you take offense if you have to. I'm still going to speak. But times have become very, very sensitive. Avoid master servant. Preferably use the sophisticated term employer employee relationship. Only one condition, main condition, deciding condition. If you ever have to check whether an income is income from salary, the only thing that you will check is employee relationship. If the giver is employer and the receiver is employee, then the income is salary. If it is not employer employee, it will be anything, but it can't be salary. So there is only one condition, but this one condition will go on for 3 more points. Second point, condition is over, but further fine tuning of the condition. So understand the difference in house property and salary. House property had 3 conditions which got over in the first point. Second point was about annual value. Salary has 1 condition, but it will go on for 4 points. If your employer is giving you payment, is this income going to be taxable under salary? Employer can give you money by calling it salary. Employer can give you money in the nature of wages. See, salary is something that is paid to office employees fixed monthly basis. Wages, generally paid to factory employees, time wages, piece wages. You must have done labor costing. Labor costing is a part of your syllabus. So time wage worker, piece wage worker, wages. Who is giving? Employer. Who is getting? Whatever be the name, it is salary. Boss can give you something called. Not everyone gives bonus. At least some people should give bonus to the people who are working good. Bonus. Bonus, bonus. It reached. Bonus. Hope it reaches. Next time I do that, no? One of you all get up and leave the class for going to the washroom, but keep the door open. So it will reach where it has to. If you do it now, the moment the door opens, I will certainly scream. Certain people who work nicely deserve additional payment in the nature of bonus. See, 2 people doing the same work will get the same amount of salary. But if one of them is better at the work, you have to give extra. That extra is called bonus. See, whatever be the name, if given, in my case, it is not salary, no. Even if I call it salary, because giver is not employer, it's professional fees. But if the giver is employer, it will be professional fees. It will be salary. Whether if the giver is employer, it will be salary. Whether we call it salary, we call it wages, bonus. Some employees get commission. Sales team in corporate world, they get less amount as fixed, but more amount as percentage on sales that they achieve. Is the giver employer? Is the receiver employee? Once giver is employer, receiver is employee. To hell with the name of the payment. Whatever be the name of the payment, it is going to be considered as income from salary. We don't have to see the name. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare. He gave a proverb, a sentence. What's there in a name? Under that, he wrote his own name by William Shakespeare. Everything is there in name only, bro. Bro, everything is in name only. The moment you hear Ambani, automatically there is a sense of wow, Ambani. Bro, just imagine someone saying Gupta. Everything is in the name only. Just imagine if you were not Aarti Gupta but Aarti Ambani. The weight would have been different. So William Shakespeare was foolish. Everything is in the name. But here we follow William Shakespeare ka policy. The name of the income is irrelevant. We are interested in the relation between payer and payee. If the payer is employer and the receiver is employee, the income will be taxable under income from salary. ये clear है everyone? Next, partnership firm or LLP, you'll usually find them paying salary, but of course they will pay salary only to their working partners. No one gives salary to sleeping partners. Come on, working partner will get salary. First of all, for him this income is taxable. What is the only income that is exempt for partner? Profit, because on the profit the firm has already paid tax, but the firm has not paid tax on salary. So is this salary taxable? Yes. Under which head of income it will be taxable? A question. Firm is paying salary which is taxable for partner, and I am asking you under which head it will be taxable. I know to which your reaction is. Okay. Sir, have you lost your brain? What is the amount being paid? Salary. And you are asking us head of income. So salary taxable under which head? It is taxable, everyone understood? Under which head? Firm is paying salary. Taxable under which head? Payment is salary. And you are saying taxable under PGBP. Huh? There is no employer-employee relationship. The name is irrelevant. The relation between payer and pay is the deciding factor. So point 2 or point 3 is not a new point. We are only hammering the same point. There is only one point, only one factor, only one deciding condition. When will an income become income from salary? When the payer and payee are employer and employee. If there is employer-employee relationship, then an income will be taxable under salary. If there is no employer-employee relationship, the income will not be taxable under income from salary. For any income to be salary, there has to be employer-employee relationship between payer and receiver. There has to be what, sir? Employer-employee relationship. Same point is being reconfirmed here. So here, whatever name you give, it will be salary because it is employer. And here, even if you call salary, it won't be salary because firm is not employee. He is the owner. Sorry, firm bol raha hu. Partner is not employee. Partner is the owner. Partner is the owner of a firm. You are not employee in a firm. Do you understand? So it will be taxable under, yes, very rightly said, profits and gains. Of course, it is not house property. It is not capital gain. Options remaining are PGBP and other sources. And firm is business for the partner. You have invested your time, money, everything. It is going to be PGBP. Clear? Last point on the same point, employer-employee relationship. So house property, 3 conditions, 1 point. Salary, 1 condition, 4 points. Your employer can be past, present, or future. Is being in an employer-employee relationship necessary for income from salary? But it is not necessary to be right now. Present is the easiest. This requires no example. Can I say your current job? You are working. Are you in employer-employee relationship? Yes, it is employer-employee relationship. Every month you are getting a fixed amount. Is that income from salary? Of course. But what about past? We have discussed this in detail in the past. Example, pension. Oh, RBI na? One day you retire from RBI. Government employees, and this chapter will teach you the reason. Government employees take birth. Why? To enjoy life. After retirement, they will be given something called pension. Now, please understand, when they are receiving pension, have they retired from the job? Is the employer-employee relationship over? It will still be taxable under salary. It will still be taxable under income from salary. Sir, why? Because is employer-employee relationship required for income from salary? Yes, but not right now. This is because of your past employment. Only because of that 20-30 years ka work you are getting this pension. Just like in house property, recovery is taxable because the recovery pertains to the year in which you were the owner. Likewise here, pension is salary because pension is given for work of that period where you were the employee. You understand? So, if your present employer is giving you, still it will be salary. If your past employer is giving you on account of that employment, still it will be salary. Sir, what about this future? When is your CA inter exam? All of your May 25. Oh, September wala. Acha, he is relaxed in life. Fantastic. And therefore your CA final attempt will be May 28. Fantastic. By the way, September will be also eligible for May 28 provided you have completed your ITOC, etc. everything. Even if you clear September attempt, you will not lose your final card. But there will be very little time to commence them. And generally, immediately after exams, sensible students immediately after exams, they search for the available batch, complete the IT and OC course. So that the day the interca result comes, instantly you can commence your articles. No loss of time. Planning is required. And for this, you have to be under proper guidance and mentorship. No marketing, just general knowledge I'm telling you. Okay. हाँ तो CA का result comes. May 28 is your attempt. CA final. Just imagine your name. Before your name, write the prefix CA. And before that, write All India Rank 1 in CA final exams. Just close your eyes and imagine that. Bro, by the way, you should imagine for inter first. But I am telling you to imagine that. ICAI will, first of all, ICAI ka president will call you to inform you before the results are publicly announced that you are all India rank. Top 3 rankers, president, vice president actually call them before public declaration of results. You are aware of this? President and vice president of ICAI calls the toppers, first 3. But, and after some time, they declare the results. Then there will be campus placement. You don't have to apply for job. Companies will apply to you. Companies won't reject you. You will reject companies. You don't have to give interviews. You will take interviews. You will ask the company, sir, what is your weekend policy? Sir, I stare at my wife on Sunday. I don't believe in working for 70 hours or 90 hours in a week. Ideal working hours should be 45 to 50 hours per week. Corporate mein, they make you work for 7-8 hours only for 5 days. 40 hours. Weekend full off. Some companies give 2 Saturdays off. Today, good firms, big firms in CA articleship are giving both, all 4 Saturdays off. Like literally, you can use your weekends for immediately starting your final ka study, your SPM exam. And if you have hobbies, passions, never stop pursuing them. Never. Because one day when you will be a chartered accountant and you will still play piano in such a good way, so people will be like, oh wow, qualified chartered accountant, but still such a good instrument player. Or supposingly you develop your name in that field. When you are progressing in that field, people do ask, how much have you studied, ma'am? Ma'am is like, I am a chartered accountant. Bro, the way people look at you. So never stop pursuing your hobbies, your passions. If social work is your passion, continue that. Use your weekends after articleship. Right now, you have no weekend. Bro, first focus on clearing your CA inter. There are 2 things that can happen in your life. Reject or get rejected. In my life, both have happened. I have rejected lots and lots of proposals in my college days. Bro, if at the age of 36, I am so young and handsome, I am. Whatever be your reaction to that. Because last time I said this, you were like, no, I am. Don't give me those reactions. Imagine me in my college days. Oh, bro, I have rejected plenty of proposals. But there were some cases in which I also got. When you reject, there is this shaitan wala pleasure. There is this weird pleasure that you get. Huh? She was behind me. It was she only. Huh? She was behind me. But I said no. Attitude. But when the same thing happens to you, bro, it is painful. Bro, believe me, I used to be Atif Aslam fan in my college days. Atif Aslam? अब तो आदत सी है मुझको. And another song. तेरे बिन मैं यूं. You've never heard that? लेकर यार. Bro, if I talk about this for 5 more minutes, I will go in that zone from where it will be very, I know you'll be happy. Achha, achha. Today's lecture at least done. It will be very difficult. Very, very difficult for me to come out of it. अब you decide which side you want to be. Reject or get rejected. When you are all India rank holder, not one, not single digit, you can be 1 to 50. Firms will line up, companies will line up, please work for us. Some of them will directly offer you partnership. Bro, where you have done your articleship, that firm itself will say become our partner. But life is not still easy because you have to make correct professional decisions even after that. There are 2 web series, both on Amazon Mini TV, made on the CA course. One is a web series called Half CA that is talking about failure in CA exams. That girl made the first mistake in the accounts paper. She got stuck at the first question and did not solve anything after that, which a lot of students do. Half CA is only talking about failure. Amazon Mini TV pay it is. It's a free platform. They just show you ads and you have to see their ads. But half CA is not showing the correct picture of the CA course. Half CA is made by an organization who has massively invested in engineering coaching classes. The sponsor, the producer, is basically taking people away from the CA course. There is another web series on the same platform, Amazon Mini TV, Jamna Par, where the student was All India rank 5 at CA final exams. But still, he made a lot of professional mistakes after becoming CA. Becoming CA cannot be the end of the journey. It is the beginning of the journey. You have to be very careful in your decision making. Just imagine I became a CA. So now I go to every class and use abusive words in every class. I am a CA. I can do whatever I want. It does not work like that. I will not use abusive word. I'll say dash. I leave it to you to guess which word it is. So from my mouth, I'm very careful. Never see me speaking any such word in class. You have to be very careful. That boy in that web series made some professional mistakes. He signed at places he shouldn't have signed. And then finally held responsible for a lot of things. That is a real picture, true picture of the CA course, that after you are in trouble, who are the people who come to your help? Generally those who you don't consider important. Those who you consider important will only use you and leave you. So yes, you will get these offers if you are a rank holder. May is your attempt. July May your result will come. Companies and firms are behind you. The biggest of companies, the biggest corporates of the country are requesting you to join them. But you tell them, sir, I had a prayer that if I clear CA exams, if I get a rank in CA exam, I will go from Mumbai to Shirdi or from, no one is from Andhra, from Chennai to Tirupati, from Kochi to, which is that country's richest temple in Thiruvananthapuram? The country's richest temple is not Shirdi Sai Baba or Siddhivinayak temple or Tirupati Balaji. Richest temple, or Thiruvananthapuram mein hai, Trivandrum mein, which is that Padmanabh Swami temple. You never heard of that? Padmanabh Swami? Highest income of a religious place in our country is not Shirdi Sai Baba, it is not Siddhivinayak, it is not Ajmer Sharif, it is not Golden Temple, it is not Tirupati Balaji. It is the Padmanabh Swami temple in Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala. So you pray to God that I will come walking barefoot. I will come with my whole family. So the corporates are telling you to join. You are like, sir, I won't join for 3-4 months at least. I need a break because this is the only time in my life when I can enjoy a break. After 4 months, when I will join any organization, I won't get that much free time. So wherever I will join after, I'll join after 4 months. So there is this Ambani, Adani, Tata, and Birla. All are requesting me, please join, please join, please join. One of the companies I say I will join, but I'll join after 4 months. Example, Ambani, Birla, Tata or Birla. Ambani, Adani, Tata or Birla. Say I commit to you were who? Adani. I will join your company after 4 months. Arey, I will join your company after 4 months. Correct, eh? Commitment. But right now I am not taking up any job. But Adani, the company where I have committed, is scared. It's a very, very talented guy. You never know that if I grant this freedom of 4 months, the other companies, who are they? Ambani, Tata, they may probably approach this candidate secretly. Candidate is talented, everyone wants to approach. They may approach this candidate secretly, offer a higher amount and a better work life, and might probably take away this candidate away from our company. So Adani, when I commit, Adani comes and gives me a check of All India rank 1 in CA final, starting salary. You can easily expect starting में 25-30 lakh rupees. Start. In a couple of years, it will become 20-30. In 5 years, it will become double. I am only talking about start. And that also is minimum. Supposingly during your articleship, you have gained some expertise, which only you are good at. Other people in your firm don't know. If you get that partnership, if you get, it can go in a crore ka figure at the beginning also, upper side. And all these are starting figures. I am not talking about what you will earn after 2 years, after 5 years. Bro, after 5 years, you can be double, triple, whichever level based on your good work of those 5 years. I am only talking about start. Start can be from 25 lakh to 1 crore. So Adani does not want to lose me. Adani says, your salary is supposedly 2 lakh rupees per month. Take this 10 lakh rupees, that is advance salary of 5 months. Why is Adani doing this? I have said I'll come after 4 months. Then why is Adani doing this? Gandhi gandhi baatein don't do. To grab, to not lose you. What do you mean by grab? I know what you meant. So that the other companies do not approach you for a or with a better offer. Once you take that advance and you sign the contract, then you come. Adani is like, you come after 6 months. No, 4 may come after 6 months. Take a bigger holiday. You want us to sponsor your holiday? Go to a foreign country. Do a solo trip. But join us. Take this advance. Sorry. Take this advance. The employer-employee relationship has not yet commenced. Are you correct? So what? It is going to commence, and this payment is out of that upcoming employment. So employer-employee relationship can be past, present, or future. Anything paid on account of that. Means it is not necessary that you have to presently be the employee. For example, my grandfather was working for Indian Railways. He got salary while he was working. He retired in 1995 and for 2 years he got pension. Past employment. After he died in 1997, my grandmother is getting pension. That won't come here because my grandmother does not have employer-employee relationship. Understood? So the payment that is being made to my grandmother will fall under IFOS. Because for an income to fall under salary, one condition, main condition, only condition. क्या sir? Employer employee relationship. Do you realize the fourth point has still told us the same thing? Sir, what thing? What is the main condition to tax and income under salary? Employer employee relationship. Main condition, only condition, deciding condition. Employer employee relationship. That employment can be past, present, or future. Once it is employment, it can be salary, bonus, commission, wages, anything. And if your firm is giving, even if you call it salary, it won't be income from salary because there is no employer-employee relationship. So together, 4 points are trying to tell us only one thing. What thing, sir? Employer-employee relationship. There is only one factor that will decide it, and that is employer-employee relationship. Everyone has understood this. Main condition of taxing and income under salary. Fantastic. We'll take a break of 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's go ahead. We are in the introduction of the chapter salary, and we have done only one point covered into 4 points. One condition, main condition, deciding condition, only condition to tax and income in the head income from salary. What is the only condition that is going to decide this? Employer employee relationship. If the relationship is in existence, it will be salary. If the relationship does not exist, you call it anything on the planet, but it won't be income from salary. ये correct है? Now let's go ahead. Salary will be taxable at what point of time? Salary will be taxable when it becomes due or when it is received out of the two, whichever is earlier. Salary is taxable when it is what, sir? Due or when it is received out of the two, whichever is earlier. Sir, let us understand two examples. Okay. Supposingly, you work full year or your annual salary is rupees 6 lakh. In my example 1, you work full year. So can you tell me what is your due salary? Obviously 6 lakh. Due means you can force your employer to pay you. See, accrual is different from due. Accrual happens the moment you work, but it does not become due. You work on 1st April, full day you work, salary is accrued, but you can't ask for it. Full month of April you work, salary is still accruing. Now that the month is over, you can say the payment is due. Due is basically the payment date. Accrual will happen as you work. So, because you have worked full year, how much salary you can demand from your boss? 6 lakh. Out of which you have also received 5.5 lakh. Because periodically your employer was paying you the amount due. Every month he was paying something or the other. Now the time has come to pay the last 50,000. Correct? You tell your employer, sir, don't pay me right now. Next year, I plan to get married. I will need some money. So this money is lying safely with you. Keep it with you. Next year, give me next year's salary plus this 50,000 so that I can use it. It will work as my savings lying with you. So you have received in the current year only 5.5 lakh. What is the total amount? 6 lakh. I am dividing this into two parts. 5.5, is it due as well as received? And 0.5, that is 50,000, is due but not received. Correct? Eh? Is this 5.5 taxable? Of course. What about this? I have not received this. What is the total amount that has come in my bank statement? 5.5. This is still going to be, ladies and gentlemen, taxable because due or received, whichever is earlier. Due or received, whichever is earlier. If it is due, you will be paying tax in the earlier event. Obviously, next year you will receive, again you will not pay tax. You can never pay tax on the same income twice. Your accounting knowledge will help you. One income when you earn, how many times you write in profit and loss account? Once. So in income tax also it will come only once. It won't come again. Is that clear? Okay, take another example. What is your annual salary? That is common. 6 lakh. You work full year. What is your due salary? 6 lakh. Your boss was periodically paying. So 6 lakh is paid. Now you tell your boss, sir. Actually, I have changed my plan. I want to get married this year only. I am getting an opportunity. I might lose it. So I want some advance. 1 lakh. Pay me in the current year. 7 lakh. Advance of next year. 1 lakh. Next year I will work. So whatever salary you pay me, adjust this 1 lakh. Is that possible? Some employers do give advance to their employees. Yes. So ladies and gentlemen, in this example, what is the total? 7 lakh. Out of which 6 lakh is due and received. Therefore, obviously it is going to be taxable. 1 lakh is received but not due, and therefore not taxable. So what is the point that we are learning then? If any one of the two things takes place, whichever is, and therefore this also is going to be taxable. Due or received, whichever is earlier. Salary will be taxable at the earlier point of time. Now understand. Let us understand this also. Obviously, it won't be taxable next year again. Obviously, see, next year what will be your due salary? Assuming no increment, 6 lakh. But received will be only 5 lakh. Sir, where has that 1 lakh gone? Already taken advance in this year. So next year you will pay tax only on 5 lakh. Sir, why not on that 1 lakh? Because I have already paid tax. At the earlier time, due or received, whichever is earlier point of time, I have paid tax. So second event, whenever it takes place in future, if it became due first, then received will happen later. If it was received first, then due will happen later. The second event will not attract tax because on the first event I have already paid tax. So salary is taxable when it is due or when it is received, whichever is earlier. The earlier of the two events will attract tax on salary. Understood? The fourth point, salary is taxable when it is due or received, whichever is earlier. But this point 5 is not over. It has two sub points. First, sometimes salary is due in the next month. Sometimes salary is due in the next month. See, this is where knowledge of the word due will help you. Accrual happens the moment you work. Due means enforcing payment. Sir, give me my money. You can't be going and asking for money every day. Sir, 1st April ka salary, 2nd April ka salary. You are not a daily wage worker. Supposingly you work from 1st April to 30th April. Is your salary accruing every day? 30th April evening, you cannot go and tell your boss, sir, now the month is over. Sir, boss will be like, right now the month is over. No. As per our company policy, we will pay on the 5th of every month. So we are telling you in advance, don't come and ask for money before 5th. You are having the right to ask for money only on the 5th of the next month. That means when is this salary becoming due? 5th of May next month. You understand? Most corporates have this policy. They will always pay your salary by the 10th of the next month. 10th to 15th. Reason? Many times it is seen that employees, supposedly month is over, 1st of the next month we give them their salary. So 2nd they don't come to office only. They resign like that only. They suddenly disappear. But if we pay your salary up to 30 on the 10th, that means you have to work for 10 extra days. Now if you suddenly stop coming, so you will lose that 10 days ka salary. So that you don't go away without proper intimation and notice, they keep some salary pending. Do you understand this? Everyone? And therefore, companies clearly tell their employees, do not ask for money before 5th. of the next month. So the salary won't become due in this month, it will become due in the next month. Example, April ka salary we are demanding, or we are allowed to demand only on 5th of May. So what is going to happen in a case like this? Supposingly April ka salary. When is it becoming due? 5th of May. And when have you received it? Supposingly boss paid very next day, 6th. Boss is not keeping your salary pending for too long. Very next day he has paid also. So due on 5th May, received on 6th May. So likewise, May ka salary will become due on 5th June, received on 6th June. Correct? Thank you. June ka salary 5th July, received on. By the way, can you tell me out of these two dates, which date will trigger tax on this salary? Is this your income? Income of April, income of May, income of June? Which event will trigger tax? The due wala date will trigger tax or the received wala date? Whichever is earlier, which in the current ongoing example it is due. Let's continue. So like this, January ka salary will become due on 5th Feb, received on 6th Feb. So again, point of taxation is the earlier event. February ka salary will become due on 5th March, received on 6th March. Is everyone with me? That means salary is getting due in the next month. And assuming that due is before the received date, this will trigger tax. Till now, there is no problem. Because even if it is the next month, it is still the same financial year. Now will come the problem. The salary of March will become due in 5th April. Assuming this is the earlier date, that is till the next year. Means this March ka salary can be and will be taxable when, bro? Next year. See, if the salary is becoming due in the same month ka last day, then no problem. Then this is your annual salary. But if the salary is becoming due in the next month, so even then, till April, from April to February, there is no problem because next month is still the same year. But salary of March will be a problem because March ka salary will become due in April, and that April is not just the next month, it is also the next year. That means this March ka salary, I can't be paying, I won't be paying tax on this salary in the current year because due or received, whichever is earlier. So ignore this column for the time. But the due also is next year, no? Correct? And that means this year I will pay tax only on salary of how many months? Lol. No. I will still pay tax on 12 month ka salary. Bolo how? Because last March is this 5th April. Do you understand? Ignore this date because whichever is earlier. That means are we still paying tax on 12 months ka salary? But in cases where salary becomes due, so in cases, are we still paying tax on 12 months ka salary? In cases where salary becomes due in the next month, the 12 months will be counted from March to February. If your salary is becoming due in the same month, then what will be your 12 months? April to March. But if your salary is becoming due in the next month, then what will be your 12 months? March to February. Have you understood? Salary is taxable when it is due or received, whichever is earlier. But if due takes place in the next month, then March to Feb. Clear hai? And in this, one more point. Sometimes some organization will give you something called scale-based salary. What are they doing? Scale-based. Sir, ye kya? Sir, company is giving you 25,000, 1,000, 30,000, 5,000, 40,000, 10,000, 60,000, 15,000, 90,000, 30,000. Scale based salary will be something like this. I know, to which your reaction is completely blank. You all have gone on silent mode. Chill, bro. Ruko jara. Please wait, have patience. Things will be taken care of. Your job expectation is 50,000 rupees. You like the company, but company says we are new, we don't have money. Whenever you will join a newly incorporated organization, most organization ka owners will fool you that right now we don't have money because our operations are new. We are trying to settle in that. Let us work together. One day we will grow together. This grow together is a scam. You end up convincing people working for you at a lower price. Then one day you start making profits, but the people will still remain at lower price. No one grows together, only the owner grows. We will grow together is the biggest scam of the corporate world. Company says, just give us 5 years. Then see what wonders we will do in your career. Just give me 5 years, we will do wonders in your career. Sir, time please. Don't give me anything right now. You are saying in 5 years you will do wonders to my career. Show me where I will be 5 years later. Sir, forget 5 years. I commit the rest of my life to you. But if I work for you for 10 years or 15 years, what position I will be? Today you want me to work at a salary of 25,000. Despite the fact that I deserve 50,000. Example. I am working at half of what I deserve. I am working at half of what I deserve. Why? Because I am supporting. Fantastic. 5 years later, how are you going to support me? Give me some clear picture. Don't say we will grow together because only you will grow, not me. Unless I am given equity. Unless I am given equity, I am not going to grow. Do you understand what exactly I am trying to say about this explanation? So company has to give you at least a 5, 10, 15 years ka picture in advance. Listen to that picture. Company says today you work at 25,000 rupees per month. After 1 year, we will increase it by 1,000. So this is your increment. Year 2, your salary will be 26,000. Till you reach 30, it will be 1,000. So year 3, it will be 27. Year 4, it will be 28. Year 5, it will be 29. Year 6, it will be 30. Once you reach 30, from there, that means you've given 6 years. Now you are loyal. Fantastic. Now your increment will be 5,000. So after 30,000, next year ka salary will be 35. Till which level? Till 40. So after 35, 40. Once you touch 40, bro, too much of loyalty. Now you'll get exponential growth. Now your annual increment will be 10,000. So after 40, it will be 50. 50 also, 10,000 ka increment will be till which year? Till 60. Once you reach 60, then your increment will be 15. So after 60, your monthly salary will be 75. After 75, your monthly salary will be 90. After 90, your monthly salary will be 120. Because after 90, your increment will become 30,000. Now your annual increment is more than your first salary. In fact, your annual increment is equal to your 6th year ka salary. Do you understand? When companies want to, there are two objectives here from the company perspective and employee perspective. Company does not want to give you too much of money initially, wants to do a loyalty test on you. So starting mein they will offer less. But loyalty test simply means that, sir, if I am loyal, what will I get? If I am loyal, what will I get? I am not getting anything. There has to be some reward for loyalty, no? Neither monetary, non-monetary, no reward at all here. How can one tolerate, and for how long will one tolerate? So company is only testing whether you are willing. What is the benefit of the employee? Employee knows that okay, today it will be 25, but no problem. 5 years later, when my children will grow up, it will become 30. That will be more. Bro, no problem. 10 years later, maybe I will be 3 times of today. Of course, little estimate you have to do, is this increment matching inflation? Little bit knowledge you should be having. But when we want to do a larger contract in terms of duration, this is where we get help. Scale based salary, where your annual increment is pre-decided. That means this is your monthly salary, your increment till this salary, then your increment till this salary, increment till this salary, increment till this salary, increment till the next level. But see, now the question has stopped here. Maybe we have done contract of only this much, that after 90 we will make it 30-30, then we will see. Because no one makes contract of 20-30 years. Bro, maximum 5, 10, 15 years का contract will be. So that much picture is clearly available to you. ये clear है? Now supposingly I join this organization at this on 1st July 17. When did I join this organization? 1st July 2017 at a monthly salary of, you will have to calculate for me. You understood the increment part? Salary of 24-25, bro. Don't forget, we are not interested in your salary of 18, 19, 19, 20. You have to come to the salary of 24-25 and assume due in same month. You know why? Because if due happens in next month, then our annual salary is not April to March. Then our annual salary will become March to February. So assume that due is happening in the same month. And with this data, if I join this organization at 25,000 in 2017, what will be my taxable salary in 24-25? Oh, analysts, calculate. Let me give you the hint, it won't happen with the calculator alone. Oh, calculate. Today only give me the answer. How much? 4,20,000. Pehले salary 24-25 only I'm asking. Full year ka I'm asking. 420. Any other answer? $480,000. Hey Bhagwan. Chalo, let's see. 1st July 17. What is my monthly salary? 25,000. I am not interested in this. I need to reach where? 24-25. But 1st July 18, it becomes 26,000. 1st July 19, 27,000. 20 May it was 28,000. 21 May it became 29,000. Till here everyone is with me? Then 1st July 22, it became 30,000. Hello. 1st July 23, my salary became, Arey, hello? Why 35 now? Because after 30 the increment is 1st July 24 it became 40,000. Correct है. And July 25 में it will become 50,000. Now I am interested in which previous year? 24, 25. This is 1st April of 24. This is 31st March of 25. In this entire story, now you go and observe when this year started. April of 24, I am in which scale? 30, 35, 40 or 50. April of 24, where am I? If you don't understand this much, then you don't know how to read calendars. हे भगवान, ये इंटर है. 1st July 17 to 30th June 18. You understand? 1st July 18 to 30th June 19. So this is 1st July 22 to 30th June 23. So in April 2023, I hope you understand April 23 comes here. We are interested in April 23, no? 24. This is 1st July 23. First time I am doing this. First time. 30th June 24. And this will be 1st July 24 to 30th June 25. Are you now comfortable? Can you identify in which salary is April 2024? Last time salary increased on 1st July 23 and next salary will increase on 1st July 24. So on 1st July 23, what was my salary? 35,000. And 1st July 24, what it became? So abhi bhi you are confused. Abhi bhi you feel this is 40. What is the salary in April, May and June? 35,000. And what is the salary of this period? So do you understand? These are 3 months and these are your remaining 9 months. Now no confusion. So salary of this period will be 1,05,000 and salary of this period will be 3,60,000, giving you total salary of 4,65,000. I am surprised. Acha, this is what happens to you after 4 hours every day. No, I have not seen you beyond 4 hours. Just to remind you, we have still not done. We are not done with 4 hours of the day. And there is plenty of time remaining. Plenty. Because I told you, I'll be extending class. Sir, your tab was not working. What is our fault? No. I didn't say it's your fault. But we can't lose time like that. If you had a lecture, I would have left you. But you and me both know you are going to waste time. You all understood? So salary is taxable when it is due or received, whichever is earlier. If it is due in the next month, then do March to Feb. Correct hai? And if it is scale based salary, that will be your annual increment. You have to come to the current financial year on the basis of scale given. Is this clear to everyone now? Fantastic. Next. Salary foregone. What do you mean by this word in English called forego? The whole explanation depends on the meaning of this one word, forego. Sacrifice. Let go. Leave it. We have to understand the tax effect of salary foregone. Supposingly, same example I'll continue. Annual salary ₹6 lakh. You work full year. So therefore you should receive how much? 6 lakh. You received 5 lakh. And the balance 1 lakh, what have you done? When your boss was giving you this 1 lakh, you told your boss, keep the change. Tip. You were a good boss throughout the year. You never made me work extra. You always paid me on time. You are a good boss only if you pay on time. Because you were so good. Keep it. Chill. Boss is very upset. Bola, no, I don't retain anybody's salary. You have to take it. So you are saying, okay, donate it somewhere on my behalf. But I don't want to receive this salary. That is called forgo, sacrifice, let go. You have refused to accept this income. 5 lakh is taxable. No discussion about this. The question is about 1 lakh. Is this taxable? The question is about this 1 lakh. Is this going to be taxable? You understood the question? Answer the question. Taxable. You have not received. Achha, by the way, you are never going to receive. If your doubt was, sir, due or received, whichever is earlier, it has become due. It has become due, but next year you will receive. Here, this 1 lakh, you are never going to receive in life. You have decided to let it go forever. Will it be taxable? Still it will be taxable. Salary foregone will be taxable. Why? Come on, try. Now nobody is answering because there is no offer. Hey, don't do like that, please. I can't give you offer in everything. Because in easy things, if I start giving offer, then it will become difficult for me to honor those offers. I will give offer only when I have to honor, no? Why is it taxable? One thing is clear, that this 1 lakh the employee will never receive in his life. This is gone forever. To receive or not is their option. So, you have not taken it by choice is what you are trying to say. So, you have to pay tax. Okay. Any other answer? Fantastic. But one thing I still correct, or I want to correct, that in due or receive, whichever is earlier, it becomes due. Then you also receive it, no, next year. In this story, this 1 lakh, this year, next year, or ever in future will never be received. Will never be received. Still taxable? Then why? Because in whichever is earlier, we know that next year I am going to receive. Pay tax now, receive next year, don't pay tax again. But here, if I go by your answer, then that is pay tax now. Don't receive next year, don't receive ever, but still pay tax now. You understand? Slight difference between whichever is earlier and this story. In that story, you were going to receive. In this story, you are never going to receive. Still taxable? You're changing your answer? No, still taxable. Then why? Understand the reason. See, when you sit on the first bench, no, it is your voluntary act of saying that roast me. First bench is meant to be roasted. So, if you are, sir, me, so I have some personal questions. If it is offensive and if you feel that you should not be asking a question like this publicly, you interrupt, then there are plenty of people in the class. Okay. Obviously, it won't be so personal that you can't answer. So, still, if you want to, you can say that I don't want to answer. Okay. But I'm not, aisa nahi कि you don't say, sir, don't ask me. No, that permission I'm not taking from you. Well, question to listen. Are you carrying some money with you? You are. This was not something that you cannot answer. Bas aisa hi level ka. It's not what you are thinking. So, how are you asking such questions? No. I'm not asking such questions in class. You are carrying some with you because I have had such bad experiences with some past batches of CA inter students. In a class, I asked, you have some money in your pocket? No. You have? No. You have? 5-6 people I asked. First row in that class was like that. Mulund branch is massive. So, first row itself, 4 people here, 7 people there. First row had 11 people. Everyone is saying, everyone comes like this only. No one carries money in their pocket. Then one person said, sir, we keep in our bags. मैं बोला ये तो. When I said pocket, मतलब bags are included. बाप रे, what kind of people? So pocket, bag, anywhere in your personal physical possession, you have money. So next time I realized that pagal people, they are keeping in bags, so saying no in pocket. So second batch I asked, bag, pocket, total. So of course, said yes, just like you did. That boy also said yes. Then I asked, how much? See, I don't want exact amount. Rough idea you give me. So that boy said, sir, 3 digits. Sir, you said rough idea, no? So 3, pagal. Matlab, not so rough also. So with bad experience, no, I have changed the way of asking my questions. Like my question was, are you carrying money with you? I didn't ask pocket or bag, are you carrying? My next question, give that amount to the nearest multiple of 10. 100. Fantastic. Matlab, it will be anywhere between 95 to 105. Nearest multiple, see, very smart in guessing. 100. 100 rupees you have with you. Keep it. Keep. Huh? Someone said something. Huh? Say it again. Uska hi hai. Sir, it belongs to her only. Can I make this statement about your money in front of you? Keep. Bro, I can't tell you to keep your money. But if my money, if I give you, can I say keep? That means when one person tells another person keep the money, it is basically the first person who owns the income. This employee is telling his boss, sir, keep this 1 lakh. Because this 1 lakh belongs to him. The employer has crores of rupees. Try telling your employer keep those crores of rupees. Can you? Will you? You can't tell that about the employer's own money. Maximum you can tell the employer about your money. Matlab, listen, you have already earned this income. See, your answer was right. All of you all gave the correct answer. Yes, it is taxable. But the reason you all are not understanding, your reason was wrong. You all said whichever is earlier based on the previous point. But the previous point meant that today or tomorrow you will receive. Here you are never going to receive. You have left it forever. But the point is, have you already earned that? After earning, it was your option, your choice to not take it. You did it as per your choice, your option. Government did not force you to not take it. Secondly, after earning, what you do? See, think about it. Today I earn income. After earning, I take that money home. With that money, I buy pizza and I eat, or I buy vada pav and I eat, or I purchase a car, or I purchase a house, or I purchase a two-wheeler. I make paper boats of the money. I take the money home, spread it on my bed, and उड़ता ही फिरूं in हवाओं. I play with that currency note. I keep all the currency notes on the fan and then switch the fan on. क्यों पैसा पैसा करती है क्यों पैसा? Like I can go and tell people that in my house it rains money. How? From the fan. Sir, how did it come? I only put it. पैसों की बारिश. What I do with my money is my choice. I take all the money home and surrender at the feet of my wife. Don't reveal your future plans. If someone would be wanting to approach you in the class today, that person has decided not to. Danger hai. Wants. Today that person has decided, nine, not the correct place.
Sir, I was talking about your
Surrender at the feet. I was going to say mother, but some have revealed their future plans. Take the money home and surrender the money at the feet of your mother. Some said wife because that is what they plan to do in the coming years. Whatever that poor guy will bring home, she will ask him to surrender everything. Bro, in this, the boys will have a tough time, bro. Whatever you earn now, where to surrender? I'm giving you an idea. See, I told you, you have to learn a lot from me other than tax also. I get paid only for tax and that is also too less. Huh? Suno, surrender your money at the feet of your wife and surrender yourself at the feet of your mother. Both will be happy. Your parents don't want money, they want you. Bro, no parent wants money. Bro, you look at yourself in the mirror. If you have your front cameras, then look at yourself. Those who have their cameras on, you can see yourself in the video. Look at yourself. You are going to buy your parents with money. There is a slang word in Hindi, aukat. You have the guts that you will buy your own parents. Bro, observe yourself top to bottom. Every inch of you belongs to them. The food that you are eating, the clothes that you are wearing, the stationery that you are using, the fan that is on above you in your house, everything, the bag, the bottle, etc. Whatever you have, it is given by them. You will buy them. No, next time you go and have the guts of telling your parents, what have you done for me? You, bro, try buying one house in Mumbai with your own money. Bro, don't buy a house. Buy a hut, jhopda. Mumbai. Bro, this is Mumbai. Buy 1 square feet tile size land. That will also be 50,000. What's your annual income? 0. Negative. But let's, you deserve set off. But let's stick to 0. You will buy your parents, bro. Your parents don't want money. They just want you. So play safe. Don't be like my mamas. Matlab. Surrender your money at the feet of your wife and surrender yourself at the feet of your parents. But then, as I said, all these tricks and tips and all that, as a married male in the country, you are also a jugglery kick. One is screaming, other is screaming. Iska mast idea hai. In the hall of your house, you scream loudly. Only the boys listen to this. Scream loudly. Mom, you are the owner of this house. What you decide is final. Everyone will follow what you say. Then go in the bedroom, close the door, and in a soft voice, she is happy in this year. You say, no, what you want? Make me do whatever you want. Shall I dance? What do you want? What do you want? Take my belt, hit me. But let her be happy. Let her be. She is happy. You make me do whatever you want to know. It is between you and me. These things you have to juggle in life. Bro, you focus on your professional life, your professional growth as a professor, you focus on the growth of your students. No. All that will happen. As I said, lot to learn other than tax. Surrender the money, not the feet, surrender the money at the feet of your mother. See, income tax has got nothing to do with it. Neither just imagine if it is not taxable, what people will do. You earn 6 lakh rupees, this example. Okay. Then on 6 lakh rupees, if government is asking for tax, what will you tell them? Sir, actually I earn 6 lakh rupees. Honestly, I earned 6 lakh rupees. But when I took the money home, my wife slapped me and took the money away. And sir, this is not story, this is reality. People have to give their profits to their spouse. I give my sales. Those who have taken direct admission with me, the online students, they are aware of this for a fact that you yourself very well know your fee ka payment ka UPI went in which account. Now you go and check. Then you'll come to know whether this story is true or false, or you know it very well. See, you all have taken classroom admissions. It is my contract with the classroom. So offline students I am not discussing. But online students have taken admission with me, and you can confirm with them that they did UPI in which account if I am making up stories. Bol, Joel, bol. In which account you transferred money? You transferred money in my account? अरे यार, तो you should have checked. Rena, do you remember?
Yes, sir. It's on.
हाँ हाँ वही वही ये fact it is not a story. And bro, this story also 5 minutes if I continue, so I will also be in tears in this story also. So you imagine going and telling the government, sir, I earned income, but my wife slept and took it away. Bro, that officer will say, same happens with me also. In my salary also she takes. The officer will be like, bro, us moment. Us, bro, us. You all know us moment, no? Us, bro, us. Together they'll be like the boys. Aye. You still have to pay tax. See, after earning, what you do with your money, the government or the law or the income tax department has got nothing to do with it. You have to pay tax once you earn your income. Salary foregone is going to be taxable. Is this clear? Reason is clear. After earning, what you do with your income, they have got nothing to do with it. Otherwise, everyone will say, sir, I earned income, but I have spent everything. Sir, finish. Sir, I earned 6 lakh, but I have spent everything on shopping. So now I don't have anything. So you should have spent on shopping after setting aside your tax money. First right is of the government. Only the balance is yours. Foregone salary belongs to that category. Is that clear? Fantastic. However, sometimes there will also be something called salary surrendered, and the most important data of this story is that you have surrendered the salary to, bro, not your mother, not your wife, not your neighbor's wife. You have surrendered, no one does it openly, bro. You have surrendered your salary to the government. In India, there is a law called Voluntary Surrender of Salary Act. India has thousands of laws. One law का name I am giving you. Voluntary Surrender of Salary Act. Whenever your state is under some natural disaster, the chief minister of the state will stand up and request you that the state is going through bad times. Please surrender your 1 month salary in the state treasury. See, 1 month ka salary won't make any difference to you, but if you do this, then we will be able to use it for the betterment. A similar proposal is given by Prime Minister also. Let me talk about it. I'll come to this. Whenever the country as a whole is having trouble, a situation like COVID, so Prime Minister will request, no, then you have to contribute in a fund called PMNRF, Prime Minister National Relief Fund. Prime Minister National Relief Fund. This contribution we are making in the central government treasury. Prime Minister, central government. I'll tell you the scam here, and I'll tell you what a smart guy our Prime Minister is. There has been only one single piece, bro. There cannot be another Modi. What a guy is. Prime Minister National Relief Fund is a fund which is being run in the name of Prime Minister. So, legally speaking, it should be the Prime Minister who should be deciding where the fund should be used. This fund is being used or run by a board of trustees. It is run by a trust, and trustees decide where this money will be used. And in the trust deed, believe me, I am not making this up, they have written that whoever is the president of Indian National Congress Party, whoever is the president of Indian National Congress Party will be a permanent trustee. If you are in government, then you decide. If you are in opposition, then you can't decide PM ka fund ka usage. But even in opposition, if you are sitting president of Indian National Congress Party, you will be involved in this decision. So when Modi ji became PM, he is like, what nonsense? I am the PM, I will decide. How can your party decide where this fund will be used? What he should have done? Abolish the fund? No, he didn't do that. He said this fund will remain so that people know that that party is so greedy that in PM ka fund also they have kept their money. Let the fund remain, but don't contribute in this fund. He did not abolish the fund. He said fund will remain, but you don't contribute. And the guy has fan following. You have to agree with this. Crazy fan following. In decades, there has not been a leader who has fan following in every household. Every Indian household, there will definitely be one person who is crazy, who treats him like God. Almost every Indian household. He said, bank plates in your balcony. We didn't ask why. Today, when I see my video of 5 years ago, standing, I literally laugh at myself. Like, you bloody dash, dash, dash. What the hell were you doing? And then a couple of weeks since then he said, light diyas in your bed. Bro, understand the chronology. First, music. Then, lights, ambience. Music done. Lighting done. Then he opened wine shops. Music done. Lighting done. Now, atmosphere is ready. So, wine shops were open. Crazy fan following. People do what he says without questioning him. He says, I am creating a new fund called PM Cares. If PM cares or does not care, we will not debate that. He says, I am not abolishing PMNRF, but you don't contribute. From today, start contributing in this. If he abolishes PM National Relief Fund, so people will never know that Congress party has kept a permanent trustee over there. So let people in generations to come know their wrongdoings. But you stop contributing, so that trustee won't be able to do anything. Without money, what will he do? Contribute money in PM Cares. This will not be audited. No one will get access to the accounts. Very smart guy he is. So when the nation as a whole needs your funds, then PM will interfere. But sometimes it is possible that your state needs money. For example, Maharashtra is divided into multiple regions. There is a region called Marathwada region, which always has acute shortage of water. It is always having shortage of water. On the other hand, there is another region called Khandesh region. I'm not 100% sure about the Khandesh region only, which contains the places called Satara, Sangli, etc. They are flooded. They have floods. Like 100 kilometers distance, one village has floods and another village does not have a single drop of water at a distance of 100 kilometers. Maharashtra ka geography, it's a big state. So geography is also such that hilly regions, different type of regions. We have the Sahyadris also. At the same time, we have a city like Mumbai on the, near the sea. So moderate temperature. Certain places in Maharashtra are extremely cold. Certain places extremely hot. Variety of geography we have. If Maharashtra is going through bad times, Maharashtra ka state chief minister will make a public request to the people in the state. Please surrender your 1 month salary. To take this similar example, in the above example, you work for full year. So what is your annual salary? 6 lakh. You have received 5 lakh and that 1 lakh you have given to state government. This is the most important word. And because you are helping the government, it won't be taxable. Ladies and gentlemen, only because government. So salary foregone will be taxable, but salary surrender, government. Otherwise what am I going to do? Sir, I have surrendered my salary at the feet of my wife. Surrender. Don't go by the word. Go by the beneficiary. Don't go by what they use in the exam. They may say foregone to government under voluntary surrender of salary act. Not taxable. Surrendered to mother. Taxable. Don't go by the words foregone and surrender. See who is the receiver. If the receiver is, then and only then it will be. Otherwise it will be. Are we very clear on this? You have to see who is the receiver, and non-taxability will be only if the receiver is government. Only if the receiver is government. Everyone is clear about this? 100%. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, last point of the introduction of salary and last point for the day also. With this salary ka introduction will get over. First 4 points were employer-employee relationship. Then one was that due or receive, whichever is earlier. Due in the next month, then March to February. Scale-based salary also done. Surrender foregone done. Last is going to lay down a roadmap. Sir, one thing we have understood, there is only one deciding factor of taxing an income under salary, that is employer-employee. relationship. If that exists, it will be salary. If it does not exist, it won't be. So, sir, then, if this is so easy, what are you going to teach us for the next 4-5 lectures till the time this chapter is going on? It's a big question. Please think about it. Think about it. Sir, supposingly I have got a list of incomes. I will one by one go and check. Employer, okay, salary. Somebody else gave me, not salary. Bank interest, not salary. Rent received, not salary. Employer gave me salary. Employer gave me salary. Employer gave me salary. Means out of all the incomes that I have received in a year, which of them are given by my, must remove the rest, means remove all this and take this total. This should be income from salary. So, sir, for 4 lectures, are you going to teach us how to remove this and take total? If I have list of incomes, just total the amounts received from employer and ignore the rest of it. Sir, if this is so easy, then what are you going to teach us for 20 hours? You understand the question here? Sir, why is salary going to take time? You understand the question here? Pakka 100%. This point 8 will tell us what I am going to teach you in the chapter. This point 8 is going to lay down the roadmap of the chapter. This point 8 will tell us what is the chapter income from salary. That if you learn this chapter, will get over. Every employer primarily will give what to his employee? You understand? Is that salary going to be taxable? Of course, because employer-employee relationship. But over and above salary, every employer gives his employee 2 more things. Bonus is an example. Likewise, commission is also an example. But we have to roughly classify them in 2 categories. One, every employer gives something called allowances to his employees. And 2, every employee gives something called perquisites. In corporate language, they also call it perks. Perquisites, that is perks to the employees. Are allowances and perquisites both over and above your salary? So, one common thing to be understand. Secondly, whether you get allowance or whether you get perquisite, both of them are going to be taxable. So, yes, you will receive your fixed monthly amount. That this is the amount for which you have joined the job. That is salary, that is taxable. But every employee gets something extra. The extra can be classified into, now you say bonus or you say commission. Predominantly, they will be classified into 2 categories, that is allowance and perquisite. The main classification is under allowance or under perquisite. Sir, what are the 2 common things in allowances and perquisite? 1, both of them are over and above salary. And 2, both of them are going to be taxable. Both are over and above salary. Both are going to be, but there is some difference. Let me explain the difference. Allowances are monetary benefits and perquisites are non-monetary benefits. If your boss is giving you money, take this 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 money, over and above salary. Salary separate. Plus he is giving you some extra money. Take this money, bring a tiffin for yourself. Take this money, it will help you to travel. Take this money, it will help you to buy new uniform of the company. If your boss is giving you money, it will be allowance. You have received money over and above salary, that is allowance, you have to pay tax. Correct? But if the boss is giving you benefit which is in kind, non-monetary, so that will be perquisite. Let me give you an example. Your boss gives you 50,000 per salary. Is that taxable? Now whatever is happening is extra. 50 is separate. You get recruitment in Mumbai. Then you go and tell your boss, sir, 50,000 was okay in a tier 2, tier 3 city. But in Mumbai city, 50,000 is not enough. Bro, in 50,000, 45,000 will be house rent. Not enough. The boss tells you, take this money, pay rent. Take this money, pay rent. Boss is giving you money. So, that is an example of allowance, house, rent, allowance. The moment he gives you money, it becomes So if it is a monetary benefit, it will become allowance. If your boss says, take this money, pay rent. Take this money, pay rent. Is he giving you money? House rent allowance. Alternatively, your boss may do what? Why are you concerned about the other keys? I keep one set of, since my college days, one house key is always in my pocket wherever I go. Because what time I will return? If I ring the bell, then people will find out. Take this key, go sleep in that house. Is the boss giving me an extra benefit? But not giving me money. But it will still result in some savings. Because if he gives me the key, I don't have to pay any rent. This is called a house perquisite, or in technical language, we call it a rent-free accommodation. A place to live. You understand? These are examples. In money, we call it allowance, and in non-monetary kind, we call it perquisite. One more example. Boss says, bro, you are such a big manager. It does not look nice if you come in, local train or best bus, and then people will feel that company does not pay you well. Of course you don't pay me. How realistic it is. Then I have to travel by 2 wheels. Those who were before time today know it. So then what if I one day fall and then I hurt myself, and with my son, both of us, it were two, but thankfully nothing happened to me. I was scared for him. Like if I would have fallen, no one would have come. We are men. But because my son was with me, that same Mumbai ka Baikala ka area, there was oil spill on the road. At least 15-20 people came. One person lifted me, another lifted my son, third guy lifted the Activa, fourth lifted my helmet. Helmet was somewhere else only. And all of them asked, Beta, are you okay? Beta, are you okay? To my son. No one asked me. They are like, you want water? You want juice? Plus, not to me, huh? So I understand that human tendency is that, they feel that children need help. Had it been a lady, so she might need help for, lifting the vehicle again, or men have that way no value, bro. One lady will fall from a two-wheeler, 20 people will come. One male will fall, 2 people will also not come. But for me, they came because of my son. So point is this, that when you are paid so less, then you have to you have to travel by two-wheeler. No, what to do? Boss says does not look good. You are such a big manager. So not applicable to me, of course. So, come by car. Sir, I don't want to spend unnecessarily on car. Okay, boss says every month I will give you money for your car expenses. Take this money, come by car. Take this money, come by car. That means, can I say boss is giving me something called car? See, boss can add this word allowance and pay me money for anything. The names are self-explanatory. Think about it. Tiffin allowance. Money to bring tiffin. Understood? Car allowance. Money to bring car. Or option 2. Is it possible? Boss can give you a motor car only. A car key. Motor car facility. This is the car, use it. You understand? If money is given, it will become allowance. Option 1, boss is saying, take this money, bring a tiffin. Take this money, bring a tiffin. Take this money, bring a tiffin. That is tiffin allowance. Or option 2, boss is saying, take this tiffin, eat. Meal facility. If the benefit is in money, it will be called allowance. If the benefit is non-monetary, it will be called. You understood the difference? But what is common? Both of them are over and above salary. And second, both of them are taxable. Is that clear? And this is where we lay down the roadmap. This chapter will be divided into 2 parts. Part 1, allowance. Part 2, perquisite. In allowance, boss will give us money. So there will be an amount that we have received. That is obviously going to be given to us in the question. From this amount, there is going to be some amount which will be exempt under section. Oh, bro, we have not studied all the clauses of section 10 there because some are going to be taught to you here. There will be some amount which will be exempt, which we will subtract. And of course, this will give us our taxable amount. See, do you understand? Ultimately, in income tax, we need this amount. But question will give us this amount. That means this is what I am going to teach you. How to calculate exempt allowance. All allowances are not fully taxable. Listen to this. For example, house rent allowance. Boss is giving me, but I am spending it for rent. So the amount left with me is generally, too less. Sometimes I have to spend more for rent. So I am going to get some exemption. The allowance is not going to be fully taxable. Some portion of the allowance is going to be exempt. And allowance may I am going to teach you how much is going to be exempt, because some portion, yes, is going to be exempt. But under perquisite, now please understand how the concept changes. Boss is not giving me money. So in the amount column, I don't have any amount. Boss is giving me a house to live or a car to use. Your brain should think that if the boss does not give me this, then I will have to pay rent. Am I saving that rent? Why, sir? Because boss has given me. You agree? What is my saving? Because, listen, whatever I save is my profit. Supposingly, boss does not give me any house. This case, boss does not give me any house. So I have to pay 20,000 every month. But the boss gave me this house. So am I saving 20,000? If I take this house with my own pocket, I have to pay 20,000 every month. But am I saving that 20,000? That means I have earned a profit of 20 by not spending it. And therefore here I am going to teach you valuation of that taxable perquisite. What is the benefit that I have got because my boss gave me the facility? The logic is, if I would have taken this house or this car with my own money from my own pocket, how much will be my expense? There will be some expense, but I have saved because of the help given by my employer. That savings is going to be considered as my profit and will be added in my taxable salary. And I am going to teach you what is the value of that taxable perquisite. Think about it. Here we are interested in this taxable amount. Here we are interested in this taxable amount. This is what I am going to teach you over the next 4 or 5 lectures. See, anything that we receive from our employer is salary. But sir, then I just have to take total. What are you going to teach us? 2 parts of the chapter. Part 1, allowance, where boss will give you money, but the money received is not fully taxable. You have to learn calculation of exemption and the balance is taxable. So A will be given to you. C, you are interested, so you learn how to calculate B. And under perquisites, you directly learn how to calculate the taxable portion, which is my savings because of the boss ka facility. Or let me conclude by saying, when we solve questions under allowances, the answer that we get by putting our effort is the amount which is exempt, because we are learning how to do that. That amount subtract from the amount which is received, and thus you will get the amount which is taxable. But under perquisite, we directly solve the question to get the taxable portion. Conclusion is, in allowances, we will learn how to calculate the exempt amount, and in perquisite, we will learn how to calculate the taxable amount. And these are the 2 parts in which the chapter is divided. So our heading is simply going to be what, sir? Allowance and perquisite. In 2 parts, we are going to complete our chapter over the next 4 or 5 lectures. Everyone is clear?